Hey, welcome back everybody to AEL University Elite Series here with Matty and a familiar face, one I've seen before, but for how long? It has Daddy Slim!
Thank you very much for that beautiful intro, Matthew. Yes, here I am, and we are here for some AEL Uni Valorant today. Couldn't be happier on this beautiful Thursday evening. It's just hit 7 o'clock, which means it's got itself a nice crispy evening air outside, but we're all toasty inside. We're going to be seeing some good quality AEL Valorant action.
Yeah, love to see it, Harry. Love to see some Valorant action and love to see our sponsors.
Yes, we do, of course. Our first one off the bat here for our sponsors, if I could actually just find it because it's disappeared completely. There we are. AGON by AOC. #1 gaming monitoring brand in the world. AGON by AOC provides the best in-class monitor solutions for gaming and all other needs.
Well, yeah. Love to see them. And a big shout out to HyperX and Officeworks. Power your game with the latest HyperX gear at Officeworks. When you need speed, control, and zero distractions, Officeworks has got the tech. Discover gaming gear made to handle serious play. Yeah.
And of course, our final third sponsor, Indomie. They are the noodle partner made with high quality flour and selected ingredients and spices. A plate of mee goreng Indomie will certainly brighten up your day. You can try one of the flavors available today from your local grocer and at indomie.com.au.
That's it. Big shout out to each and every single one of our sponsors there. But let's take a look at how the games have been shaping up. How are our standings doing?
Not too bad at the moment. Starting, of course, off with Group A, University of New South Wales leading the way there. 4 wins on the trot, yet to drop a loss. Not too far behind, the Monash A squad. University of Melbourne, of course, both with the 3 wins there. RMIT Red, MQU, Macquarie, both with 2. Deakin, Queensland University of Technology with the 1. And AU, Adelaide Uni, still yet to find their first win in Group A.
Yeah, yet to find a victory for the moment, but we've also got Group B here. Going to be pretty much all tied up between the top 2 teams there. Macquarie on the top side of things, and RMIT close behind there. All looking good. Swinburne going to be 2 for 2. Well, it's going to be a 2 for 2 stack up between 3rd, 4th, and a 5th place there between Swinburne, Griffith, and a UQ. So not too shabby. 1 and 3 for UTS and Monash LSL, though, for the 6th and 7th place. And USID going to be at the bottom of a Group B there, 0 and 4. Tonight could be their night, though, to get victory.
Yeah, I mean, they've had their chances. Round wins 32-52, like they have had opportunities. Haven't been beaten off the park yet, so maybe we'll see a change of fortune for them tonight. But, of course, we've got the 4 games that are coming up this evening, Matthew. We're starting off with the 7 o'clock ones. And we should look in, of course, to our first game, which is Adelaide Uni and Deakin.
Yeah, taking a look and going forward into this one. It's going to be an exciting endeavour. Speaking of, here's our rosters. Adelaide going to have Frosty, Ants, Jaden CYC, Knight, and Jeff the Nick there. And Deacon going to have Glitch, Cartier, Loki, Mutz, and Kaz.
Yeah, look, of course, both of these teams are down towards the bottom of that Group A. Of course, we poured out Adelaide Uni yet to register their first win, but I guess their best opportunity tonight against a Deakin team that hasn't particularly shown a huge amount, still have their first win on the board, as we also have our match vetoes and our final map there that will be going for our first best of 1, Matthew.
Yes, it will be Pearl this time around, so it'll be the first map of many, and we are looking to jump in to the agent selection here. Already got the fade locked in there and could see more around the bend.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what they look to pick up here for both teams. You'd imagine the Jet and I feel like possibly Killjoy's always been a stronger pick, especially on the defensive side for these ones. Deacon seem to be leading towards that. Cartier selects the first one there off the Jet. We do get the fade as well off from Frosty. Going to go double duelist, possibly looks at things Deacon, which, of course, Matthew, if they get themselves off to a decent start, that can work well. But they don't find the rounds. It's going to backfire on them pretty poorly when it comes into the second half. But you could say the same thing for Adelaide Uni, because they've also gone double duelist by the looks of things.
Yeah, looking to lock it down onto this one. Ooh, Astra going to be locked in there also. So I've seen a bit of prominence around that agent time and time again, and they are looking to see if they can divide up the map accordingly there. Only one more agent going to be hovered here by Jeff the Nick. Maybe Jet, maybe not. We'll see. But there it is, all locked in and ready to go.
Yeah, it won't be too long before we get into our first game there. I guess the picks, it was basically pretty much the same across the board in most departments. Two of the duelists. The difference being, of course, Adelaide Uni going for that pick there of the Killjoy, which is starting on the defence. I guess, again, making a bit more sense when you wanted the cover for that one. When it comes to the attack, you might see the Killjoy playing more of just a passive role, sitting on the flanks, holding those ones there. But, I mean, look, overall, I think both teams will be pretty happy with their picks. We are into, well, the start of our first round. Deacon and AEU, Adelaide Uni. Deacon trying to find their second win, and of course Matthew, Adelaide Uni trying to break through for their first victory here in AEL Uni for 2026 for the Valorant side of things. Is that going to be this evening?
Today could be their day, Harry. It could be their day, their night, and everything in between. But for now, they're going to have to light up the battle and get down to business here. Big setup from the Adelaide side over towards the club there, looking to push up the ramp and set up camp. They do have a lot to worry about though. See, Chamber gets one in the chamber and shuts them down. So good starter from them, and we'll be able to fall back accordingly.
Like, he just able to get the instant teleport out, so a nice little pick off to start things. And also the Jet on top of that. So one of the duelists already gone down. Rotations have already started. The problem is you can see the glitches made the way up from A long, but Ants will drop them. Gonna hand over that information that they're starting to rotate. So rotate's coming in the other side. Adelaide Uni trying to get themselves a bit quicker to this A site, which they should be able to get in just in time. The problem is there are going to be numbers waiting as they start to hit here onto A.
Yeah, waiting in place there. Ooh, and going to be displaced. Cartier goes down. Ready for whatever else will in wait. A spike does go down, though. Nice shot through the smoke there. You don't see those every day, Harry, and this is already netting an advantage.
Yeah, Mutt's just dropped, and that is almost feels like the round at that point. Deacon got the opening pick, shutting down a B long hit, but now all of a sudden, just the two Deacon players remaining. Frosty's got the angle for waiting here. Frosty with a second, make it 3 for the round. Frosty gets it, and Adelaide Uni started off perfectly. Pistol on the board. They recover from losing the opening frag, and in the end, don't lose a single one from there.
Yeah, don't miss a single one going forward from there. Going to be happy with that, happy as can be, but we are breaking into round 2 now. Adelaide already hitting the ground, running onto this one, looking to potentially a split focus this time around, though, towards both of the respective spike sites there. Would even gauge how things are going towards the midsection, but for now, it's a heavier presence onto B, and this actually could favor them because no one's directly defending that spike site at all.
Deacon have opted for numbers in towards mid. This could catch a flank over towards A, depending on when the numbers go back. But, oh, Ants has to be careful. He's actually sort of running into these. And if Glitch is hearing this correctly, should be able to find that shot. The classic. I should say the Sheriff delivers and Kaz knocks the spike down. And, oh, no. Adelaide Uni, they're separated in desperate need of some kills back. Trying to get that spike together. But they've been covered from all angles in spawn. And all of a sudden, Cartier finds another. And this round's fallen a piece as Frosty responds. And he needs to get more, the double. But Deacon in a perfect spot here, Matt.
Oh, what a fantastic turn of events for them there.
Weapon here.
They play a patient game, but they managed to take control of the momentum. It's just unfortunate for Adelaide, you know. They didn't have that commitment over towards either side there. They do get overwhelmed slowly but carefully. It works out a traitor for Deacon there. So, well planned out. Now, rounding it in to a 1-apiece scoreline so early on. Will Adelaide be able to bring things back? That is going to be tested heading into the round coming forward. And you can already see a pretty heavy focus over towards the mid-section here. Could look to divide things up through the doors there. Maybe play over to Art. They've got 2 players they need to worry about on both those angles if they want to commit for mid-presence early to play for territory. But still just going to be slow and steady into the early round.
Mostly just upgraded pistols for this one. Ants the flash is good, but Loki instantly just teleporting out of that one. Doesn't want to deal with it. More than happy to take the site presence. And Now, again, you're just sort of waiting to see if anything's going to present itself. Jaden does find the first one there on towards Cartier, but there's the response as they push through. Oh, Frosty! The double with the Sheriff. Collateral is perfect, and these rounds are swinging all over the place. It seems whoever has the better guns to start off with can't take it. Loki does respond. He's going to be dealt with more in mid. Gets the second. A third basically shuts it down. What a response from Loki. And now it's all left to Jaden. There's a possibility here, Matt. But it's a long shot with the time ticking down as well.
Possibilities are amounting to the greatest heights here.
30
See if
seconds
they can
left.
manage to light things up. Take it easy, Jaden. Crawling up now through the B link. He can play on the connector there. Ready to see if anyone will spot them over towards the A link side of things. Whether they commit to this though, it's going to be something to ponder upon, I suppose. I think that the time to
10
do that
seconds left.
is dwindling
One
by the
enemy
second.
remaining.
No! Do manage to find one kill to get into the closing phase here. Not going to have enough time to lock down a plant, so now going to be done and dusted. Good adaptation from Kaz there, just to slip away. Jaden trying to go for the plant. Doesn't matter. Good round from Deacon regardless, but Adelaide, they still got a bit of flair in them, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, fair play. It did look like that was, again, supposedly looking like Deacon's round. They got the first couple of kills around mid, and then response, double collat on the Sheriff. It's by Frosty, and they almost managed to sneak that one back, so it came down to Loki finding that 3k on the Phantom. But off that, money is there, and they're going to have a chance here to pushing up this A-long position. Loki snicked past it, but the utility will find it. Spots two, teleports away. Kaz is going to play in that Astra smoke. Dangerous position to be. One bit of spam could find them. Waiting to see if they want to do this, but doesn't seem like a flash is coming. They'll fall back. Numbers remain, though, outside the A site. The rotations have made their way over.
Yeah, looking to wrap it up, wrap it in here. Taking it easy. Run it back, going to be activated. To clear some space off that one, but no one will be found. So, I guess it's good they pushed out a little bit there, you know, then gather that close intel and know maybe a potential of where they could be coming from. But time ticking down here does apply a bit more pressure onto our attackers.
And off that, they've actually started moving their way back to A. So two brought over back towards the B site. You can see the indecision of where they want to put numbers back towards this A site. They're still not really sure about mid. They're playing very passively off this Deacon. But now, Ants will provide all the information they need. Flash into the site, they'll run it back. He knows where one's in the back. The information revealed, and Ants with a spam through. It's perfect. Glitch is dealt with. And that should be a 5v4 on the retake, although Loki gets Jaden. That flank would have been nice, and there is another one coming its way, but Mutz deals with that. Jeff tries to get forward, and Cartier deals with it, and all of a sudden this hold on the side has just disappeared in the blink of an eye. And Deacon, they gave it up on A, but they retake it with ease, and they'll have a lead of now 3-1.
3-1, getting the job done here. Gonna be so far so good, Mr. Harry. And eager to see what else they can cook up on the other side of this. Adelaide still got a little bit that they can work with here. You know, I'm sure they've got plenty of credits at their disposal. Not in this round, but or maybe. But going forward, there should be a okay. See what else they are going to be able to deliver though. The focus is all onto A this time around. They're ready to play. See who is going to be waiting for them. With three bodies over towards that A site though, could actually be a solid defense waiting to happen here.
Mark 3.
Just revealed Loki again playing forward. Ready to go. Quickly there again. Kaz will just play around that Astra smoke. Waiting to see if anyone dares go through. Jeff was revealed by fade utility out towards mid-side. Nothing more off that, but now two players towards that position, and a slow peek into that is not going to work out. Loki will find the first. The Jet, once again, will be dealt with. Now, Adelaide Uni not really sure what they want to do. Another swing. Doesn't work out. Loki's got the double. And, well, since their B-longs trapped off, Frosty gets Kaz, but looks like it's just going to end with this A-side hit here, Matt.
Yeah, looking to end before it even began, perhaps. take it slow and steady, but if they keep taking it slow, they are going to get flanked out already. Attacker waiting in place towards the defender rather in place towards the attacker spawn, but they aren't even going to need it. Loki's going to be the one to get it all done there. So happy days, happy times. We'll be able to pry him up, take 4 for Deacon now. Could be more in store.
Yep, they could. Adelaide Uni should most likely get their full buy back in, considering the buy into that previous round. A couple of ultimates, not too far away either. But, and you just have to think, Matt, I mean, they took pistol, dropped the next one, almost took that third, but the inability to convert off pistol has just really cost them to start this first half, and now all of a sudden, down 4-1. That might be becoming 5, and considering these are just best of 1 games, can't allow teams to get off to an early start like this and expect to really be able to pull it back that quickly. Zant's out towards long here at A. Knight's going to join them there. Glitch is playing close. They decide not to peek again. Off that, they're just going to slowly creep forward. Meantime, though, the Spike is heading over towards that A side.
Yeah, slowly be pushing its way over here. Might be met in the cross, though. Loki prepared. Ooh, gives himself away. Not going to commit to that angle again. Amongst, though, does find a spike down. That's great intel been gained here. He could commit this over to the A site, though. Only one player holding really close by, and otherwise, it's not too much they have to overwhelm.
Kaz knows this spam spot. Jeff's going to respond with fire. Doesn't matter! Kaz with the double. And Spike left out in the open. Knight manages to grab one back, but down to 30 HP. Loki should finish them off. They do, and now it's all just left on the Phoenix. Ants flushes in. He does it to himself. Actually flicks up nicely onto Kaz. But Cartier shuts it down, and Deacon, 5 on the trot.
Just let them try.
And looking the goods here on the defense.
Yeah, locking it down on defense here. Timeout on the way from Adelaide, though, realizing something needs to change and quick smart. So now they've got a bit of time to reflect upon what they've been bringing to the table here. For them, it's a matchup on both sides where they've got 3 ults apiece here. I think Deacon has a bit more advantage in terms of the strategic outcomes that they can play off, because the Cosmic Divide in particular, you know, it's able to really just help them maintain that map control there. Obviously nullifying a lot of things on either side of the barrier. So it'll be difficult for Adelaide to overcome that if they do bring it out, but regardless, they've got a few pieces of their own. You know, they can play pretty aggressive.
Absolutely. I think that the massive thing so far has been Loki. He's just been shutting things down. Chamber, of course, can play that really good aggressive role if they do have the means behind them, the skill there, and Loki's definitely showing it. I mean, the main thing is all the duelists, 4 of them, 2 on each side. I mean, Jeff's only got the 1 kill, Ants with only 4, I mean, Glitch 2, Cartier 3. I mean, to be fair to Cartier and Glitch, they haven't really needed to be called upon, but, I mean, we look towards Jeff there at Adelaide Uni. Just needs to find something. They are 1 away from getting their ultimate on the knives, so get those up. They got their first kill in the previous round. That'll give them a bit of confidence, but need a couple of players here, Adelaide Uni, just to come alive, and they need to try and deal, or at least avoid Loki, because he has just been killing them, shutting them down round after round so far.
Round after round, it all falls over. They might be able to overwhelm with the Bladestorm here. Loki playing a tight angle there, has Glitch to play off them if anyone looks to get a bit too close to Sun on this one. Ooh, no one giving it up yet. Now both positions revealed. Jeff the Nick and Co. immediate retreat onto this one. Granny Haunt as well here. So Deacon holding firmly onto their positions, but Adelaide, they're ready to prod into this one. Already getting a ton of damage over the top there, catching one. Are looking to see if they can gun down more, but this is a clean path over towards the A side of things.
It should go down. The only thing is going to be main. Kaz has got Jaden dead to rights, not a clue. So now brings that back into the 4v4. Loki waiting to see if anyone pushes through. Adelaide Uni going to be doing the exact same on the opposite side. So the moment that fades, are they going to start walking forward? They continue to control that angle. And Knight hits the second. And now Cartier misses the first shot. Knight will make him punish. Jeff finds Glitch. And the second as well into Kaz. And Adelaide Uni, off the timeout, get a much needed round on the board. Considering it's a thrifty, that's even better. Get some credits into the economy. Start to get into some buys here. And Deacon, been good in the retake so far. That time, that was not happening at all.
No, not in any way, shape or form there, Harry. But it's going to be a great comeback from the Adelaide side here. At long last, they managed to find a way back onto the board. And sword's going to be drawn. They are good to go for more onto this. See if they are going to be able to deliver it now. As we jump back into the round, it's time. Hit the ground running here. They are going to be gunning it over towards the A side of things. Cartier ready on a tight angle. Not going to be able to dash back in time, though. So Adelaide good for the opening kill.
Question is, do they go quick off A here? They don't need to just hit the site. They've already caused rotations over. Loki had gotten some decent progress in mid, but he's gone back to A because he's not too sure. They'll have two players just hang around there and maybe still hit this A site, but again, look to maybe make it a split. It's up close. Just duck around back through A main. The wall is going to be there, and he does have the run it back, so he might just pop this one, flash it through. Glitch is going to be hit, and Ants will get him. Looking in the close corner. Won't find anything else, but the A side essentially open, but actually off it. They're going to start leaving, make their rush to B, and it seems like a good call. Kaz is desperately trying to get back over there, but they should have the site.
Should be able to claim it. And take aim at it, Kaz. Well disciplined, but that's ripped apart there. Good trade immediately over the top,
left.
and does mean now should be able to drop down at that spike. Get that plant secured. There we have it. So we're onwards towards that retake scenario now. 2 versus 4 here. The odds are against Deacon, but it's not impossible.
They're going to go for it here. They've got the ultimate as well if Mutz wants to use it. They do need to find this first out the back, though, and the problem is time is already running low. Frosty needs to be taken out. Loki as well, trying to make their way forward, and this is going to be the issue. I think the time is just going to work against them. Frosty deals with the first one there. Loki misses their first couple of shots, and Frosty make it the double. And Adelaide Uni, 2 strong rounds in a row now. Get this one back a little bit closer, 5-3, and Deacon, after cruising, after dropping the pistol, now find themselves under a bit of pressure here.
Yeah, going to be under a bit of pressure. You know, they had a great start, but now things going a little bit awry onto this one. Need to lock back in. Maybe they need a timeout of their own here, Harry. Maybe that's the recipe for them, but for the moment, we are jumping into the rounds here. Going to be split focus over towards A and mid side of things again, and looks like the tour de force is already online.
He's going to control the midsection with that. The problem is he's actually missed one here on that right side, but now locking it in, and Jaden walks straight into it. No time to react in mid for Jeff the Nick, and now again, Adelaide Uni feel like they're stuck towards an ace side, but Loki just not even thinking about the awareness that that could happen on the other end. Meantime, Cartier, beautiful on the blades, responds back 4v3, and with Mutz fighting Frosty, that is the spike spotted. They just get rid of Nike, and that should be the round. Glitch coming through on the flank from behind, and Ants is left all to their lonesome. What a flick, though, on the operator. There's a chance they could go for the spike plant, and if they don't push this through on the Astra side, they might be right. The problem is he should be slowed, brought in, and when you've only got the operator in this 1v3 fights, you need to just try and hit your shots. It's not quite happening. It'll be Glitch to shut that one down, and Deacon,
Defuse the spike.
they will get themselves up to 6, so they've at least evened when it comes to the first half here, Matthew, as we head into the last 3 rounds of it.
Yeah, they're going to be ahead of the game, and now once again locking down a 6th round there. So clearly they must have heard us, Harry. The shift in momentum, the much needed time. I think maybe, you know, they've got that spiritual communication or something. They're hearing the words, and they're locking it in. So good stuff for Deacon onto that one, but now it's pressure on Adelaide to try and take the next 3 in a row to match them before the half-time point.
Pivotal round now for Adelaide Uni. Sort of makes or break this first half here. Out here.
Jokes.
Making forward, Ants is going to pop the runner back. Flash goes in short side. Cartier in the meantime did find Jeff the Nick as Ants. He needs to try and swing to see if he can find at least one. Doesn't. Gets the information at the least. There's a couple there. They're actually going to get off that Deacon. They're getting aggressive. Glitch popping their own runner back. He finds nothing. So the Phoenixes basically even out in that department. And now, we're stuck it around mid. Spike over towards A main. As we just settle down for the last 60 seconds of this round number 10.
Yeah, time dwindling gradually here. Cartier ready in position. As soon as they say go, it could be show over. Peeking around the corner, Mutz goes down. Cartier in trouble. This opens up a lot of space here. Adelaide can capitalize, but no. Kaz trades back from the site there, looking for more. They can play off their teammates here. They still need to wrap around, but considering they've put a halt to this one, Adelaide now in a much worse position, could be pincered upon on all angles, and that time is running against them.
Where do you go from here? Spike down in main. You basically, I mean, the round is basically over. At this point, you'd love to save those rifles, or at least try and find some exits. Ants, like they're going to try something here, and they will get at least one. Loki not aware. Oh no, knife comes out. Or maybe the double. Oh, Ants in the third now. He knows about the problem is going to be time. They're not going to be able to find all of them. Cartier shuts that one down. Now Jaden would love to live, but Cartier not having any of that. We'll find Deacon 7th. I mean, the flank was well played there. If they had some more time, Adelaide Uni, that could have turned into something. Unfortunately not. And Deacon now reopen that gap that they had when it was 5-1. It's back out to that 4-round buffer, 7-3. And Adelaide Uni, well, trying to keep this first half close. Got 2 more rounds to do it. Is the 7-5 still on the cards here, Matt?
Yeah, hopes and dreams are still alive onto that outcome, but the more rounds Deacon takes, the lesser chance Adelaide has. So, they have to really get a grasp of every single round they possibly can. Yeah, speaking of, Kaz already faced with a fearsome approach. Lockdown going to be coming in as well, so you know they want to get control over the spike side here. And in maybe some seconds, they might be able to get it done.
They've shut down the flank from Loki, so there is a very important kill. Glitch has jumped down, should be heard, and Ants deals with it. 5v3, Kaz though gets one just before Spike's planted, and he will be able to get a second as well there if it's double from Knight. Triple in the round, Cartier knocks down that one, and all of a sudden it's left on the Jet, their position revealed as well. Flash is going to be high, it hits, see they don't deal with the first one though. The flank coming from behind wasn't clean, but Frosty finds it, and Adelaide Uni will not care. They'll take the rounds no matter how they come. 7-4 as we head into the last round of the first half.
Yeah, jumping in to the final stretch of this first half here. Adelaide at least paving the way towards a sense of recovery. Obviously they can't match them, but they can get as close as they can to them. So that's going to be the one benefit there. See how it does play out though. Jumping in, the barriers are down and they are hitting the ground running all over the A side of things. Cartier and co might not know what's in store for the big flash though. It doesn't even matter. Jeff the Nick delivers. Not going to be able to train it back either. Playing around the dash there. Cartier overwhelmed. The whole damn site is overwhelmed. Adelaide on fire.
Spike should be planted, and you can just see that coming from a mile away. They play into the 3 aggressive in towards that A-long site. They get nothing of it. And now it's all left to just 2. Kaz and Loki. If there were going to be 2 that could do it, it would be these individuals. The problem is now they have absolutely no HP between them. Time already ticking. Jeff might finish off the first on site. Down goes Loki. Spots Kaz as well. And Jeff the Nick will find themselves 3. And Adelaide Uni, considering they were down 5-1 at one point and then down from 7-3 as well. The fact that 7-5 as we switch, not too bad at all, Matt.
Not too shabby at all. You talked about a possibility of a 7-5 outcome there, and they heard you. They deliver it. Well done to them and theirs. They're going to be happy with that result, and curious to see how else things will fare, jumping in to the rest of the proportion here. The sides are switched now, so Deacon have to try and stack things up in their favor. They've got their own attacking side to think about now, and Adelaide have their own defense. this pistol round really going to dictate the pace of things.
You'd imagine. I mean, we did see it in the first half. Winning the pistol doesn't guarantee you the second. Most of the times it does give you a better advantage. So, Deacon, massive chance for them to just immediately regain a 4-round buffer for Adelaide Uni. They take pistol. All of a sudden, you've got yourself locked in. So what could be that 4-4 or the 7-7 all tied up. Considering how this one started, you're pretty happy with that. On towards the B site. Cartier's position will be revealed. We'll start to back away now. And they pulled some rotations there. The A side, it's completely open, but this flank through mid could actually cut off the spike if they go a bit deeper, but I don't think they're going to try it. At least one might come that direction. Glitch is already getting more information. In fact, they're flanking around even further towards this one here. So this is going to come down to the shots and who can hit them. And it's going to be Jeff the Nick to find the first. Loki does get a double. Cartier tries to jump into an ants who manages to get themselves behind. Spike now trying to get through as well. And it will be Kaz to find it. For 30 seconds, they're going to head towards the B side. And Frosty, I was about to say, was going to lock themselves in there to possibly shut it down. Gets found out. And now it's just Knight left in a 1v3.
Spike planted.
All down tonight. Will they be able to shine the light on this one? Bring things back. They've already had their position revealed here, so all hands on deck. They can just pelt them down with absolute hellfire. They're trying to trickle in damage. It's just not enough, so it will be Deacon taking control over this one in the early phase here. Now up 8-5, and they can further their lead along.
It's going to be a difficult round here for Adelaide Uni to really get much done. Possibly you just go a gamble, whether or not you push everyone out through mid, you stack a site. See if you might be able to just catch a few players off guard. We saw what happened in round 2 of this game and how Deacon managed to swing things back. Resulted in 5 rounds in a row. So out they go through towards B long. I don't think Adelaide Uni, they might have played it on here once. It is a site that isn't really looked fondly upon unless you can get a nice split going up through mid-control. They're going to have the 4 there. Loki's going to be the one here, Matt, who has to do some damage. He's just playing to see if there's going to be any aggression around mid. Might be one coming, but they're running into a bit of a stack here, Deacon.
Yeah, all stacks on this one. A Knight now. Oh, getting shot straight down there. So not going to be able to do much with it. Spike going down and everyone on site going down with it. Flank in order as well. Poor Frosty, not aware of Loki's position. Will be shot down with a headhunter there. See you later. It's a clean round from Deacon onto this one. We're moving on in to the bonus round. Adelaide now got their chance to get some guns online here.
Yeah, rifle should be in the board. Some sacrifices maybe by not taking that full armor, but this one needs to go through for them. Deacon take the bonus, and they don't allow Adelaide Uni to save anything either if they find themselves in a position of an unwinnable round. This one might end up ending pretty quickly in this second half. This time more of a split coming through early on. Again, Glitch is going to be leading a few out through long side. Jaden jump peeking. I think spotting one, and, well, the fire return there from Kaz. Definitely getting his information correct that, yes, there is at least one pushing up B long right now. It's more of a fake at this point. If you can find one of the players, it works out nicely. Jeff the Nick, in the meantime, has managed to get themselves into mid, but they are walking straight into Loki's crosshair if they go a bit further, and Loki is more than happy to find it as well. So off that leaves the defense scrambling. And Knight is about to get into some serious firefights here over towards A if they continue forward. And he's the only one to stop them if that does come to fruition.
Going up.
See if they are going to be able to take it in a direction here. Glitch in trouble. Jaden locks him down now. So evening up of things 4-4 on this one. Dash coming through. They're already trying to make the clash happen. Knight not able to adapt in time there. The aim escaping them. Now the spike goes down.
Now you're left in a very awkward position. 4v3 absolutely doable if Cartier just gets one, and that's all they need here at the moment. Deacon is trades 1 for 1. He pushes forward, doesn't hit it immediately, but will find it eventually. The second, waiting for Jaden. Loki in the meantime has gone down. Jaden cops it in the head, and it will be Mutts to finish it off. And Deacon will get it 3 on the trot to start the second half. The bonus round confirmed. And Adelaide Uni, exactly what they didn't need. As all of a sudden, it's the largest lead of the game. A 5-round buffer, 10-5. And the bye they have into this round, Matt, not much to speak of.
Yeah, not going to be much to speak of at all there. It's going to be a quiet one into the this portion of the endeavour. But we move on to round 16 now. Primed up is Deacon, looking to take aim over to the A side of things. You have Adelaide ready to match them, but Deacon play a more steady, calm approach. They wait for them to expunge some of their utility there before looking to make a commitment over to the A side of things. And I like how Deacon is actually having a player on the lurk as well, just in case Adelaide gets a bit adventurous there. They've at least got Chamber at the ready.
So that aggression in towards that A position, absolutely nothing coming of it. And now Loki might have themselves some target practice in mid. I think it's the one in the end. Cartier hearing all of this, and we'll get that information of where these players are coming from. Should be able to find Jeff the Nick here. Well, I was going to say it's going to be him, or it's going to be Glitch. Both of those positions, and now Glitch is going to be called upon for a couple more. Ants does shut him down. Spike already ticking, but 3v3, this is in a better position than a couple of the rounds we've seen. Cartier in the meantime, through the Astra! Right at the perfect time, the double, and that shuts it down. Knight, all of a sudden, left by their lonesome, just the Sheriff. If anything, you just try and find a few for some rebuys, and maybe even just grab that rifle in front of you, even though, of course, you're going to be having the full bind to next. None of that happens. Mutt shuts it down. Deacon up to 11. And closing in on the magical number 13 that both teams are chasing, Matt.
Yeah, very keen to take it to the magic number there. And Deacon, close as can be towards it for now. See if they can change that up momentarily, though. As things look to slowly but certainly move their way on over. But now, though, jump on in. 5 seconds to go. Barrier ready. It's a rumble. Don't take a tumble. And let's tumble into this one. Away we go.
Well, this time around, the B long presence again, except it is the 4. Which will be leading that one. Does have the run it back, as does Ants. They've already made their way up to closest on Heaven there, so they're really going to be looking at basically a 5v5 on the retake here. Again, Loki is just that lurking mid presence, has been doing so much damage. Ants hearing it. Glitch is going to pop. Run it back. Not going to find much initially. Could be if he doesn't check at the backside there, but Knight will get that kill. Kaz goes to the plant, and that means there's going to be the 5v5 on the retake here.
5 to 5 and down to less as Loki is the first. Yeah, that's shaken down there. See more around the corner though. Shots in the right position here. Adelaide run it back available. Looking to see if they can stack things up. Just clear information. Already losing players though. They get the trades through, but the trades might not be enough. 2 for 2 situation here. Deacon ready to rumble. Now looking to push ahead. Flash going over the top. A little too high on the aim there. And it will be all down to Kaz now. Looking to jazz it up. Could stop them. Oh, they get the pull through. They know where they're planning that spike and they set it up. One more player and it's all down to Deacon.
That's lovely stuff there from Kaz. The pull it not only
Match point.
does it just take away with time, but it pulled off Ants, who was so close to getting it to halfway. Gets that to half. Adelaide Uni actually have a shot to pull that one off. Doesn't happen. And Deacon, this has been all them on the defensive side. It was 7 to 5 at the switch. It's been 5 on the trot, 7 map and match points to take our opening game of the night away. Unfortunately for Adelaide Uni, Matt, they just haven't really been able to show what they possibly could do in this attacking side. Just a couple of gun rounds. They got close there, but close is not good enough. And now they buy what they can into the last here. 7 in a row needed to try and force overtime.
Yeah, a lot that they need to try and speed through this one and match it up for an OT. Adelaide, you know, they've got the hope, they've got the potential there. I just don't know if they are going to be able to lock it in here. So we take it slow and steady. RTA, ready and waiting around these corners here. For whatever could be laying in wait for them. Speaking of, Frosty now spotted, slots him out with the stinger.
Stinger doing the work. Meantime, Loki's gotten up through B long. Out too much presence. Ants is the only one waiting here. Doesn't really have the utility, and that bit's going to force them forward. The Astra Smoke on top of them as well, so... Plant will go through. Adelaide Uni have all 5 members to perform this retake as they try and keep this game alive. What can Deacon close this right here, right now? Nightmare's out. The flash is decent for the backside of Glitch, but now his position revealed. Second as well, Jeff, and Mutt's trade. Jaden finds Glitch, and now it is all of a sudden just one. And Loki's got the ultimate, but there's too many heads to find. You'd imagine there's one. The second presents itself up high. But Adelaide Uni will make sure that it's not a flawless second half. They get their first attacking round, and they start the long road back. That's 1 of 7 they need to force OT.
Long last, they are able to take a round away for themselves. So, gonna be an amazing start to come through from them here, but there still has to be more done. They want to match them up into this one. We'll see if it is going to be their opportunity. And now, as we prepare ourselves for round ahead here, prepare ourselves for many credits to be activated. Get the best buys possible. Picking up. The round now begins, and it's time to get out of their way. The Blade Storm is on.
Watching here.
Yeah, with the glitches going forward earlier. The flash, well, it actually blinds them, but they will still be able to get that one back. Jaden dropped after finding the initial one, and Answer's in trouble. Frosty is able to pour a little in there, but they're nervous about taking this fight, and ooh, that's why damage done. In the meantime, Wright has dropped one. So after all that chaos in the first 30 seconds, it remains at a 3v3, so numbers there even. The B side is open and Frosty needs to find a couple. Or at least just play distraction for their teammates to come in, and now just 1 HP. They are in a whole lot of trouble here. Glitch moves forward, finds that kill, and it's going to have to be a retake here at a 3v2.
Yeah, going to have to give it their best onto this one. Deacon have the player advantage for now, but certainly could be overwhelmed within a second here. Trying to do the best they can to push into this one. Slowly strain their way through the link there. Push over towards the tower, perhaps, or straight onto the site. They're ready. Cosmic Divide coming up. Still with the Blade Storm as well. Adelaide, what they can here. Come what may, they will be able to keep the plays up, but Mutt shuts it down. A good double kill onto that one, and we'll be able to secure the round and the series. So GG, well played in favor of Deacon.
But it is their second win for the season. Unfortunately for Adelaide Uni, they are still searching for that first win in Group A. They came close. I mean, at least going off that first half, 7-5, we went to the switch. We're thinking, all right, they've made their way back, down 5-1 at one point. They've got a good of a chance here. And then Deacon just shut everything down that they could. 6 rounds. Well, they got 6 rounds to finish off that one there, but it was just those 5 in a row to get them to that spot. Adelaide Uni, they get 1, Matthew. But in the end, Deacon, just too good at the end of the day.
Yeah, just showcasing a lot of prowess, a lot of potential into that one, and really well synergized to keep, their hands on the situation basically at all times there. They did slip in some moments, but it's all right. They managed to pull it together when it mattered, you know?
That they did. And, well, we've got plenty more action on our way, of course. Another 3 games to go this evening. But before we do get into the next one, we are going to go to a quick break. So don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be back right after this.
Welcome back, everybody, to AEL University Elite Series with Matt C and Has Daddy Slim. It's time to jump into our next series. It's going to be none other than Griffith University taking on UQ.
And it is, Matthew. It'll be interesting to see how these two will stack up. Of course, for the Griffith Uni team, Pacific Deep, AVOI, Barry Forehead, and Salmon. That is a name we like to see. For UQ, of course, we've got Zach the Zebra, Mika, Callis, Procane, and Nuo. A lot of long-worded names for this one, it seems, Matt.
Yeah, I'd love to see it, you know. They've got to get creative with the aliases and big respect, you know. You've got to put respect on their name. They look to put their head in the game very soon here. But I'm keen to see what these players can do, you know. I think they've got a lot of potential behind them, and it's going to be more with that as we are about to breeze our way in to the next map.
That we are, because of course Breeze is our next map for this one here. Pearl, of course, in the best of one to start off things, and now we go to Breeze. So good to see a bit of a change up for this one here. Breeze, of course, well, I expect to see a lot of long-range duels because that tends to be how this one works most of the time, which means that we might be seeing some, well, duelists on both ends, I'd imagine. Jet usually comes into this one a fair bit, and does seem like we could have even a Neon out there. Of course, the nerfs for that one coming through not too long ago as, well, he looks like, wow, okay, lock-ins, done, just like that. That's the quickest lock-ins I've ever seen, man.
Yeah, I'm kind of speechless at how quick that was. Other teams take notes, please. Yeah. Maybe they're going for a world record, you know, of like speed running their selections there, and maybe looking to speed run through this series as well. We'll see what they can do. I'm keen. I'm keen for whatever they're going to do, but here we go. We're jumping into it, Harry, and these teams are primed up and good to go.
Yes, well, we didn't get much of a chance to talk about who the picks were, but for the Griffith Uni team, the Deep's gone for Neon. We've got also a Viper on both ends. We've also got a Teo on Mika. One for Pacifist on the Sova, an Omen as well. A Harbour off Callis, and also we've gone again for a Jet and Phoenix. It seems like we're returning to when we first started this game always so long ago with double duelists like Jet and Phoenix doing the work, and we're going to be seeing a bit of that work happening towards the B side because this might be a pretty quick hit here from UQ. They're straight into the things.
Yeah, jumping straight into it, and not going to be playing around here, and we'll be hitting the ground running, gunning it down, and locking it in. It's Barry tapping him on the forehead there, and making him dead. Good start all over with the trade there, UQ. Trying their best to lock down the plant here, but they've still got other players they have to worry about.
Mika was trying to play that long-range department, doesn't work out, and with the Omen smoke still being up, it means that they can't really play off that one UQ, so all of a sudden that 4v2 situation becomes a little bit harder. Abby pushes through at a perfect time there. Nuo keeps it alive here in a 1v2 situation. The Deep is low, but they missed their first 3 shots. There will be the Neon to miss the next couple, though. Nuo hits it, 26. They hit the spot, I was going to say, towards the spike. But the Deep will find the kill. They've got time for the defuse, and it will be Griffiths to get us off underway. First on the board with the pistol.
Yeah, first up, and many down. So, going to be good to get this one underway here with a Griffith. Off to a solid beginning there. Finding the opening pistol round, always going to be a positive way to pursue their endeavors. But for now, we are going to be jumping in to the next round ahead of us here. You can see that UQ have a heavy focus over towards B here. They're looking to trample their way through and overwhelm. I mean, with one defender on that line of sight there, it could be an easier endeavor.
Yeah, Barry Forehead looks like they're going to be copping a second hit coming through here. That could be in some quick succession. They will be able to get all their utility out. The wall will stay up. But again, being chased down, and there will be 4 to push through on this time. The harbour wall on the other end is going to just allow them to sneak past that side, but it means the site is open. Shock Dart is going to be in a pretty decent position, even better than decent there from Pacifist. Anything but the name suggests as they find that opener. And now UQ, while they have themselves the numbers, or at least the guns possibly with them, a double with the Shock Dart delivering, and UQ all of a sudden now left with not much to find. As the round is done, Salmon in the deep will get it. And Griff at Funi make it a 2-0 start.
Yeah, solid confidence shining through from them and theirs there. We'll be able to blaze ahead with 2 to their name now, and going to be heading on in the bonus around here. So we get prepared for UQ to bring out the primaries into the mix on this one. Yeah, I'm curious what they can do with this, but let's see how they go. As we do jump out, I can see this round could be the time where all the smarts of our players shine through, you know.
You'd hope so, if you're on the UQ side of things. Again, they're going to be trying for this just strong hit towards one of the sides. So, again, 5 men for this one here. There will be the push in from the deep. They absolutely do not find anything this time around. Salmon firing off a shot, but has to fall away.
You're dead.
Avioi trapped behind that wall on the other side as the runner back from Procane will get the UQ out onto the site. Spike should go down. This time the numbers advantage with the mat as we get settled into a 5v4.
Settled in and ready to spin something together here. We're playing around the site now though. Pacifist has gone down and more could follow. Zack trying their best to smack through. Barely wrangles that one together, but it was a bit rough for wear on that one. UQ not going to be phased at all there. We'll be able to lock down their first round here. And they're going to be looking to see if they can press ahead with more.
And they do so without losing too many of the rifles, so the credit's going to be looking nice. With the Funi, of course, they are able to get straight back into the bite, not losing too many players in their couple of rounds, especially that second. So just the Vandals and the Phantoms out for this one. Not yet to see an operator. You'd be looking towards the 2 Jets to wonder who might find that. With the Funi, of course, starting on that defensive side. Perhaps we see that at some point, as again, numbers playing towards this A site, and Zack the Zebra, ooh, he's in a little bit of a position there. He can't go forward. Location revealed. And mid, basically all for the defender's side. So if they continue in towards A here, they're not in a bad spot for this one. That's the side of UQ, and it looks like that's what they're going to do. Meantime, they have just the flanker all the way back over on B. It seems, Matt, we will most likely be ending this one. There's still a minute left towards this A side.
Still a little bit of time here to try and pick things apart. They're playing over to the pyramids, and they're getting shot straight down, buried alive into this one. Spike going down with them, though. UQ all up by 2 here. Griffith doing the best that they can to redeem themselves, but the chances are getting smaller as they try and progress here.
Neo's just causing mayhem in towards mid. They are just going to be able to get past that eventually, but they're already losing time. Massive spots where one is over towards these pyramids, so problem is, though, they don't really have the time to find out too much more information. Now they have to start pushing in. There's still utility being put down as well here from UQ as Callis and Procane playing around this side perfectly. Barry forehead with one, but the time it's already gone at this point. They need to get out if they want to save these rifles right now, and there will be Barry forehead to be falling right there as well. Pacifist, all that remains, will survive with the Vandal. UQ, after losing pistol and the second, they make sure no bonus round comes through, and the first gun round goes in their favour pretty nicely here.
Looking good to lock it down. So, be happy with that. 2 for 2 into the Endeavour, and the economy for GU. Not in the best straits, like they're going for a bit of a mixed bag. But I'm curious if they'll commit to that in the end there. It looks like they're certainly pondering on it. But whether they lock it down is going to be set in stone for seconds here. Pacifist, good with the recon dart there. Not catching any information. UQ are a bit too patient for that. This does allow GU to get a bit more space forward towards the shop side of things there. But the shop's not open yet. The doors are still shut. and they're ready to try and break through.
Flash will push passive at Os, and it's straight onto the deep, but they are in a great position here with this judge to cause some major damage. The double. They're rushing forward. They spot the third, decide not to follow. Keep that two-player advantage. And a nice response here from the GU team. It's already this round looking very much in their favour. Forehead as well. They are way past B main. Only the Sheriff in hand. But if they're hearing any of these footsteps, that is great information. What does Mika clear this? No, they don't even think about it. And that will be death there. And Barry times it beautifully. Nuo jumps straight into their open arms. Zach the Zebra, all that remains in a 1v4 now.
The only thing that stands between them and this round. Will they be able to do it? Oh, we're going to be on this. Outlaw in hand, ready to perhaps try and catch them, but with time not on their side, they might just be better off saving this one. There you go, trying to go for the no scopes there. Props to them for a smile, for the style points there, but we'll see how else things will go.
So 2 ultimates available for both GU and UQ. Barry Forehead. And also deep on that Omen. Looking to see if they can get something done there. Meantime, Zach the Zebra, blades available. So for Pro Crane with the run it back. So we might be seeing a bit of carnage coming from both sides here. Sit here in a perfect position at the moment to start this one off. Close game and fights that have been absolutely delivering so far. The deep with the opener and almost the second as well. Pro Kane lucky to be alive right now. And they've already lost the Jet as well. So for Griffith Uni, Matt, it's a perfect start for them.
Joke's over. You're dead.
Perfect start for them, and theirs and ready. Tear things up as we jump into action here. Flash it all the way through. Oh, Pro Kane going down onto that one. To see how they slide ahead of this one. Nuo will be able to shut down Salmon, sent back to the seas, and they're going to be able to breeze past with the spike plant there. So, UQ locked into this one. They're already pretty close to trying to attempt the retake here, though. So, GU ready, waiting, trying to slate themselves ahead, Harry. But the time is now.
Spam through from the deep, finds Callus, and just like that, it is just the 3 remaining. Nuo out in the open will find one, but can they get anything more playing a Ross? This one's close. Nuo with 3. Might be asking for the ace at this point. They don't quite get that one, and that might just cost them. Mika now playing deeper side, needs the hold. He can't quite find it. Avioi comes through with 5 HP remaining. And a massive round there for Griffith Uni, University of Queensland. That one is gonna hurt. You drop it, the gap opens up, and your credits not looking the best here. They can force in for a few, but it's gonna be some sort of half buys around it. Massive, massive round for GU to take.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, major beginning coming through there. We'll be looking to continue. Push that momentum in their favour here. 3 ults apiece on both sides. So there's utility at the disposal, but UQ, they've got a proposal that's too good to shut down here. Over towards the B side of things. Already taking the interesting approach to the beginning of that one. Somehow Zach able to get through unscathed there.
Yeah, well, that was one of the fights we'll definitely see this evening. And well, University of Queensland, I don't think they're going to care too much about how they get those ones done, as long as it gives them an advantage. As spotted on the rotate for that one there, looking like they're going back to A. But what's actually happened is the double back now. Barry Forehead will stay around mid, but now just the one on towards site. Pro Kane will get that flash ready, and Pacifist is going to be stuck out in the open, and their position now well known as well. They try to get that location dart up, and they do, but they are under so much pressure. Zach the Zebra will find their second with the knives, and oh, Callus is caught off guard. Barry Forehead gets that kill, and just opens up a bit of a gap, as now all of a sudden it's a 3v3.
Ooh, 3-3, ready. Breaker free into this one. Now let's see if they can achieve it here. Take it slow, take it easy. Salmon The top now, ready with the blades. We'll be able to slice and dice through. Now, 3 versus 2. Happy oi! Says oi! And goodbye for Nuo. They will be able to shut it down. Salmon almost good, but not good enough. Zach able to secure that one, but my goodness, Harry. That was tight towards the later stage there.
Yeah, no, UQ looked like they had that one mostly under control, and then a couple of kills coming out there, mostly from, well, I was going to say the side of Salmon on the knives, and just a little bit of an opening that, fortunately, was able to be shut down, and now back to a one-round game. And again, the credits battle, still a pretty close one here. Both teams back with the full buys. Zach the Zebra, of course, now with the operator out, picked up from the previous round. Belonging to the attacking side of things here, and Callis is going to be in a lot of trouble. Pass the first, the Hunter's Fury finds and connects. Procane did find that one close there, pushes forward. Oh, the Sheriff shots in everything but the head, and Procane grabs himself a double. The A site has been taken, or players have gone, rotates are over, but that's not where UQ are heading, and Zach the Zebra might have themselves another kill here as they're on the perfect angle, but do they expect the Deep to be playing this close to the right?
Yeah, gonna have to anticipate what could be ahead of them here. So they slate themselves forward. Wait patiently. B-side be open for business though. And we'll find the shutdown onto the Deep there. GU still got 2 onto this, but the comeback onto this is not looking so pretty right now. Barry forced to play forward to have the walls between them as well. So UQ using whatever they can to stall them out, which is great. You know, you're playing for time here on those spike plants, so you've got to try and lock it down.
Push forward from Barry. Forehead finds the one, but Nuo, Zach the Zebra, more than capable to refrag those back immediately. And we are tied after 8. This one back and forth so far. It's been an entertaining watch. And now, for Griffith Beauty, their money has been broken. It is just going to be Sheriffs across the board. They still do have 2 ultimates to pop into this round, but University of Queensland in an even better position. They've got the 3. Procane, Mika, and Callis look to try and do some damage here. And a grouping towards the B site, but there are 3 players waiting. This could get messy early on here.
Ooh, and it's getting messy by the second. Better get the mop, Harry. They sweep this one up. The Deep.
Almost out.
Ready around the corner. Try and see if they can calm the storm here. Be able to squander their opponent's opportunity. Speaking of, Mika does find a 1. So now advantage UQ, but the round's not done.
Yeah. We're just trying to play that shoulder peek. Doesn't work out. Salmon looks to see if they can reaggress. That one is dropped. And now UQ in the driver's seat for this round now. Will reaggress. Looks like Ellis was going to make their way up through mid. Instead, it's just a grouping back in towards spawn at this point. You're going to be stuck with the 1-1 on both sides. Barry Forehead, do you wonder if he pops the ultimate on the A site? Try and take them away from that one. It's a gamble that I don't think he's going to do, because as it stands, UQ making their way towards the B site. Shouldn't be much resistance. The Deep only with the classic in hand after using the Neon ult.
30 seconds left.
And Plant should be going down, and this round should be going in UQ's favour.
See if they can make it happen. Plant going down here. So we'll be looking to secure the lead for themselves onto this one. They take it slow, take it easy. And may have a little to no resistance towards the later phase of this one. They are looking to crawl towards the front of the side though. You know, the Sheriffs are in hand, they're ready. Go to town on this. Maybe see if they can catch an exit or 2 perhaps. Their angle's not the most favourable, but I mean, they can just kind of stall it out in a little bit there, can't they? Oh my goodness! Maybe not, they're playing into it, Harry! They're looking to barge straight in!
The Deep with 3! Oh my lord, it's a 4th in the round. Technically, can they still get this done? They could! Zach the Zebra, though, up close to finish it off. Man, oh man. The fact it even got to that point. The Deep with some nasty Sheriff shots. And University of Queensland, they get their 5th, but look, to be fair, if you're Griffith Uni there, Matt, considering that you forced full rebuys off 4 of the players in the end there, you'd have to be pretty happy. Still, UQ, the full buy all together, and they do have 3 ultimates heading into this round as well, as they try to find their number 6.
Yeah, going to be forcing numbers to do whatever they can into this one. See if they can get the 6th round. It could be, you know, maybe 8-4 if they keep it up like this, or maybe 5. All will depend, and it's all going to be opened up by UQ, playing around the pyramids there. Spike plant ready and awaiting, and now will be secured. So well done to UQ here, forcing the 4-man retake from the GU side, and they're already losing members.
Yeah, Pacifist out in mid is taken care of. Nuo's been playing that flank position towards B, and now Zach the Zebra going up close here. They should be dealt with, you'd imagine, but they still get the deep as they start to push in for this retake, which is falling to pieces really before it's even begun. Nuo and Procane finish it off. And University of Queensland have locked this one in right now. They're up to 6. And that should be 3 on the trot. Griffith Uni, again, they're going to have themselves, I think, a decent buy this time. Credits are looking a little bit better, but, man, I think the big thing is for UQ, they haven't still really used that many of the ultimates. It was just the one that round, the runner back. You're in the driver's seat to get this one up to an 8-4 here, Matt.
Yeah, ready to try and press themselves in to an 8-4 position here. You know, it looked a bit more competitive at the start, but UQ have managed to pave the path that they have been seeking onto this. Looking to break into the pyramids again. A is at the side of contention. They got the lurker as well, just roaming around the big elbow side of things there. Hopefully can come in handy later, but for now, Spike goes down and the kills with it. GU bounce back in a big way.
That recon dart revealing 2 and doing the work there. The shots hit from Salmon as well. On the Guardian of all of them, Mika needs to do something crazy holding this main position. They cannot get anything, and this is where being on that longer flank for Nuo, been working in previous rounds, not this one. They're there way too late. They will, well, I was about to say stay alive, that they don't. Pacifist knocks it down. Griffith Uni respond. Much needed round hold there on the A site, and we go into the last. Sitting at either, well, it's going to be a 6-6 to go into the second, or we're going to have our second 7-5 half to start things off this evening, Matt.
Yeah, going to be able to start things off and maybe end things out. You know, I think that these teams are looking to just change it up and go all tied up into this one. Maybe. We'll see what Griffith does. But UQ are ready to match them, ready to seek them out over towards the beginning of the A side of things here. Just waiting around the shop, but it's going to be a shifted focus towards a B elbow again. Maybe you can run something down through middle, but there's a lot of defenders they have to worry about holding pretty much every angle you can think of.
Pacifist waits on that elbow corner. Zebra deciding not to go forward with that one. Instead, seems like it is just going to be that full hit onto the B side. Does some work. They're going to run into this Nuo hit here. And well, I was going to say it's actually Barry's, and that one will fall. Pacifist gets one to Mika in the meantime as that flank. And it actually was the spike that went down. Pacifist, though, surely not going to be able to hold it. They will retrieve. Delayed some time, though. Rotations are in. And now it's the 4v3, and there's Zach the Zebra falling. This one can absolutely work. Hunter's Fury as well gets it off the spike, and now looking for that last hit, and Pacifist delivers. Procade up close onto Salmon. And somehow, Subway, this round with 15 seconds left is 2v2, and that spike is still needing to go down.
Still needs to go down. Not much time. Pacifist finds Procane there. Nuo doing the best they can to lock this one in. Pacifist could be good for the timing. Oh, yes, they are. Griffith bring it back with the ace to close out the round there. And that is going to be 6-6 online. They're dancing, they're prancing, and having the best old time, Harry. What a way to tie things up.
Switching sides.
Yeah, that is a way to finish things off, especially considering that was a 4v3 pacifist. The Hunter's Fury hits. And the weapon delivering as well. What an ace. What a way for the side there of Griffith Uni just to fight back. They've gone 2 rounds in a row, 2 rounds in a row, 2 rounds in a row. So they're being consistent. They're looking for 3 here as we get into the pistol round of this second half. Nothing to separate these two teams. A good chance for either of them just to get that little jump to start this second half. But, man, been a fascinating game so far, Matt. Let's see how it starts here in the second half as this pistol gets underway.
I'm out of here.
See how it goes as we jump into the pyramids once again. A flash over the top. Procane not going to be able to lock it down. Their teammates will, though. Oh, bad timing. Salmon will be able to deliver justice there. Trading it back. Plant going down from
Spike
Pacifist.
planted.
Now ready for the retake here. Mika now doubling down, though. Man advantage for UQ here. Problems for GU. And their best to play around the coverage here. Find the opening, prodding away. Abioi does get it done, and singing for joy, but the defuse is going to be locked in. It doesn't matter if Abioi is getting all the kills, because they can't defend the objective.
No, they can't. Callus with that final kill as well, just to rub salt in the wound. And the University of Queensland will get themselves off to the good start here. As they try. And, well, keep things consistent on the scoreboard there again. 2 in a row, 2 in a row, 2 in a row. They seem to go in 2s here, Griffith Uni. Which, you know, still good work for them, Matt. I just can't allow University of Queensland to get that 4 in a row they had. Get themselves the lead in that first half for a period. And we're not much here in the buy. They're going to go quickly up through mid. And again, I think through these double doors, possibly into A. Or maybe more of a distraction, or maybe more than a distraction now, because it's Barry Forehead dropping Zach the Zebra. And there is just one player left on the side here at B. Nuo needs to find something.
Yeah, needs to find something in quick smart here. Will they be able to? It's going to be trade up front and center. GU ready to reap the rewards onto this one. Plant going down as well. So,
Spike planted.
be smelling a trouble for them around the corner here. They take it easy. Just slow their road onto this one. Wait and see how things will progress before they implode. But UQ, they're ready. All hands on deck onto this. They're at a man disadvantage, but they're prepared. Whatever will come.
They know that Pacifist is on the site, so they can play on top of that one, but the utility here, the timing's not great, and it is all just UQ getting shut down all over the spot. Callus now needs a 1v3, and we'll get the first, the second behind them as well, possibly. Trying to go for that half, they're not being allowed, and there's no bullets left in that one, son. Barry Forehead delivers the final kill. And Griffith Uni, they stop the second round. They don't allow the confirmation of the pistol. And now, as we saw in that first game, can really put the hurt on here as their credits look fantastic. UQ, they have absolutely nothing to speak of.
Yeah, not going to have anything to speak of here. And see how things fare into round 15 now. We prime up, get ready for action. And Griffith now looking to seek things out towards elbow. Could catch them if they're feeling adventurous here. Push through the wall perhaps, but still going to exercise the utmost caution. You know, the walls are slowly starting to come down, and we'll see players go down with them.
Up through elbow. No peek onto Barry just yet, but Salmon... Oh, it depends if they check it. They do. Zach the Zebra will get that information, and Procane actually does Pacifist, so there could be something on here. It is just damage, though. Salmon, Abioi, make things just a little bit calmer. Pick her up around double doors, can't find much there. And the B site, well open. So this should just be the plant. And, well, I mean, you'll attempt the retake here. But I think that's all it's going to be, just an attempt and maybe getting some exits.
Spike planted.
As it should be. Griffith Uni, Matt, retaking the lead here.
You're taking the lead, and ready to see if they can speed through more. As UQ just stuck in a difficult position now. You know, they're just chilling out towards the nest there, trying to see if they can progress their way forward. But there's not really many places to go at this point, is there? You know, they're just trying to play off each other, check their corners, see if they can gather a kill or two, perhaps. But they're moving straight towards Barry, who should be able to shut them straight down unless they can play off each other and overwhelm. No, my goodness.
One enemy
Barry
remaining.
not going to get the shot there. Abioi will supply one, though. It's going to be one and done. Kelly's going down to the spike. Why not? Good job for GU.
Feel the strain. Block it out, Homer.
Yeah, may as well just jump in at that point. Make sure you get the full credits into the next. GU, they take the lead. Only losing the one player. Now, technically speaking, it is a bit of their bonus here. And now pressure just starts to creep in a bit here for University of Queensland. You take the pistol, drop the second. You're saved basically completely across the board that you have this full buy here into the next, but you need to deliver. So it will be an A main entrance. Mostly been playing a lot of this A presence through double doors early on, but they are straight onto the site quickly here. This could just be the 5v5, put the spike down, play from main, up close, and that is exactly what is going to transpire.
Exactly what's going to go down onto this one. I'm ready. You're ready. Let's get down to business here. Good from the recon bolt to just find a bit of information there. Now looking to play deep into this one as well. Play around the utility here. See if they can get them with a shot dart. Why not? Ooh, there you go. Trading shots through it. Now poking their way through a game of whack-a-mole onto this one as they stroll ahead. And the defuse comes through by the wayside. A bit too focused on the fire. And they will be able to shut down the battle.
Well, I can't say I blame them because I didn't even realise the defuse was coming through there. I'm assuming Callus was covered in that position because I'm not entirely sure how Griffith Uni didn't see that coming. They had two playing from the main position, unless that spike was just a little too far back behind. But University of Queensland feels like they steal that one because even though it was the 5v5, performing that retake always difficult, especially the time already ticking down by the time everyone gets over. Griffith Uni, I feel like they've missed a bit little one there. Zach the Zebra in the meantime. Out gets Passimus. The deep is there for the immediate trade, and Salmon onto Pro Crane. That was on the flank back towards A main. Are they going to expect the second though? You wouldn't have thought so, and no they don't. Mika up close with that one. They'll just delay here, but the deep is going to be trying to get this fight forward. They will throw that utility, the speed, the shoulder peek they don't, or they will have the backup. Don't need it. Hit the shot. And now 3v2. Callus on the site. They don't need to go straight into A. Still time, but man, it looks like they're just going to go straight through it here.
Yeah, just going to run their way through. Here we go. Pushing their way forward, trying to draw out some fire under this one. They're not giving it up as yet. Oh, they do spot him out, though. Good shot from the deep. Callies goes down. Anuo. Going to be waiting patiently onto this one. Just holding position here. Needs to play their angles to a T. See if they can catch someone off guard here. There you go. Safe fights are coming out as well. Going to be just playing timing on this.
Trying to get this on the side. GU, they swing together and they will finish that one off. Numbers in the end, the winner there as Barry Forehead will get that kill. And that one hurts University of Queensland. Credits once again in the bin. Griffith Uni, 9-8. This is the opportunity to actually open up a little bit of a buffer. It's been around that 1-2 round mark throughout. If they can get just a little bit more from there, things can happen for them. Also, one thing for University of Queensland, though, Matt, is they have all 5 ultimates ready to go here.
Yeah, and that's a huge difference maker. You know, maybe they're just holding on to them for the moment, but there you go. Viper's Pit coming out, so they're already looking to make a big commitment into this round. They've got a couple down there, Bladestorm as well. they're ready to try and turn the tides. We'll see if it is going to be enough for them to shift focus, though, because right now, GU, they're still just slow and steady around elbow and main here, looking to drain it out, but little do they realize all their enemies are going to be waiting for them very close by.
Cocaine should be spotted. That's about it, though. And even though they don't have the weaponry, they will be able to get themselves a couple here. Zach the Zebra, that is where the knives come and do the damage with the deep. And Abaoi will get that one together. They had numbers for it. They played it pretty well, considering that by the University of Queensland. Unfortunately, it seems it will matter little. As Nuo, they popped the Viper's pit over at A. And, well, they weren't going to be making their way over there and now in a 1v3. Just a little bit of utility with that snake bite. And with time already at half, you can basically put this one in the books. And, well, there will be pacifists possibly to find them depending on that timing. Or maybe Nuo takes this fight and wins it here. They will. Love to pick up that rifle. Long range, though. That's not going to work out as the deep will finish it off. And Griffith Uni up to 10. Closing in on that magical 13. And University of Queensland, Matt, they will... Actually, will be Zach the Zebra there. Yes, call the time out. Not a bad idea.
No, not a bad idea at all. They're going to be much deserved or much needed, I think, at this point. You know, they need to try and refocus, see if they can gather their thoughts onto this one and find a way forward, because if not, Griffith just going to have easy pickings over many rounds to come, you know, and 13 could be well within their grasp, especially having the fact that they've got all ults online. They can very easily further their pursuit with little to no resistance. So UQ going to have to utilize their tools they have available to the best of their ability to adapt and try and overcome here.
I'm trying to find, I mean, this is where some of your players who, like your Mika, your Callis, who haven't really found the scoreboard with the kills, a couple of big rounds from them would be nice. Not really what their role is, of course, but I mean, you just look across Griffith Uni, what has had them, well, in good stead here, and especially his last years. Everyone has put something together. I mean, Salmon, you've got one Dills at the top, the other at the bottom. But between them, at the top and the bottom, it's only 6 kills difference, so everyone has had their moments delivered. And once again, it's going to be pressure towards this B site. Are we going to see the quick place? We might, especially if Zach the Zebra goes down towards that area. Or do they fall off it? They've never been one to step away. The deep is straight in, and they get that one onto Callis. Beautiful stuff there.
Yeah, more where that came from, my man, as we take it easy for the second. Shots already coming over the side there. Mika in trouble, as their teammate was able to pick up a kill in the meantime. They need to maintain their life onto this one and play into the advantage they have. But Mika will go down. 3 for 3 situation here. Time to go into overdrive. Barry. We got snake bite as well. Big problems around the side here, Harry. I'm a bit worried.
Yeah, Barry just stuffed up that util a little bit. That means they didn't get that clear position. They still know where Procane relatively is. If he slows peeks into that, he's got problems. He's also worried about what's on the right. And now he's thinking, have they gone back to main? What's going on here? Spike still hasn't been planted. And you can see that that means is the rotation from A hasn't come through. In fact, they've all left.
Right here.
They've left that one there. All of a sudden, it's just Procane. This is the question for them. Do they swing? Do they hold? Plant will go down. A 3v3 situation still. And now, if the defender's coming in, you're still not sure where these attackers are completely now. This is a massive round. University of Queensland desperately need it. And Barry, 4 heads having none of it. A first, Pacifist with a second. And just like that, it's all on Nuo. Time ticking away. Numbers against them. They need to hit 3 more of those. The problem is, GU just don't need to fight. They're running. They know this one is done. And the round will be completed. The deep should get this final kill, although Barrel will be spotted. But even the Hunter's fury there, so it just does not matter. Nuo trying to find a kill. They will get it. The spike will claim them. And Griffith Uni up to 11. And they're closing in to finish this one off.
Closing in to the finish line here. 2 rounds between them and potential victory on this series. Will they be able to lock it in? And that is going to be tested here as Nuo and Co stringing together whatever kind of buy they can here. Really committing to this round everything they've got. If they don't, would see the only thing they can play for being OT or nothing. So it's all weighing on this as we now jump in to the round ahead of us here. They have to give it everything they've got.
Recon in towards mid again. Leaning towards a B hit early. Up elbow they are, and UQ again the gamble stack on this B site. You've got the limited weaponry there. Now starting to make some movement. Yo's that one that's playing by themselves on A. They are about to cop all of this, and the rotation's going to be late depending on when this A hit comes through. They will be in mostly through main and mid. So maybe that's something that will surprise them, but 40 seconds. A main, they're waiting, taking their time. Now finally through. The spike will be planted. And this is for map and series
left.
points to get on the board here for Griffith Uni. University of Queensland need to perform this retake here and now. And with the Vipers fit to get through as well, that just makes things even more difficult.
Ooh, it certainly does. They're going to have plenty more to consider heading into the rest of this fight now. They are being nullified one after the other onto this one. Procane does find Pacifist in the meanwhile. Ooh, not going to be able to attempt to march onto the spike defusal, but they're still committing to the bid here. Oi, trying their best to push through, but they have not found them. Pros don't fake, and they will be able to stake everything on that round, and they succeed.
The second full hold on the defuse by Callis. And he keeps UQ alive here. It's Griffith Uni. That is one. They'll be kicking themselves. They had all the right tools, all the player placements. Couldn't quite get it done though. Still, I'll be straight back in, so that won't fuss. Well, that won't be fussing about that too much. They don't want to allow University of Queensland to get any closer to even get a chance. So we're closing in towards the last few rounds possibly of this one. OT still beckoning. But again, Matt, quick play into A. And this time there's no waiting around in main. They have gone straight for the defuse, or straight for the plant. But Zach the Zebra is in with the first kill on a salmon.
Here.
Great start into that round there, and we'll see if they can further their pursuit onto this one. Low and steady.
Defuse the spike.
Could spin something into fruition here. Ooh, big kills over the top. It's going to be great from the Odin, and more exactly what you want. Flooring their opponents. GU ready to fight Nuo. They're trying to get the shots through there. See if they get a defuse. It ain't going to happen. Map, match, point for GU.
Match point.
Yeah, this time around, they had everyone in A main, and they had every single piece of utility towards that spike. So there was going to be no defuse coming through. And University of Queensland, it's a tough buy to put together here. Stingers, a Phantom, a Sheriff, Spectre as well. They will try what they can. They need 3 in a row here to try and force this one into overtime. University of Queensland, meanwhile, GU. 3 opportunities to close this map right here, right now.
Right here, right now, and let's see if they can achieve it here. They have to burn their way through this one and soar to the stars. But here we go, the deep. Going to be able to scoop up the first kill there. Looking to see if they can overwhelm all over again. Trades coming out for both sides. Going to be in favor of GU though for the moment. QQ
Spike planted.
do the best they can to push around this. They've got util between them. They know an approximate location with their enemies. They haven't been able to find another yet, and they're losing members by the second here.
All of a sudden, it's just the two remaining. Callus attempts to get on, but he loses that wall at the wrong time. Procane can only respond with one, and that is all she wrote. 13-9. Griffith Uni get the job done. They are your map winners for our second game of the evening.
Yeah, well done, well played into that one. Very impressed with how they managed to take on Breeze and how they managed to, hold themselves accountable there. Very competitive series, maybe a bit more than what I initially thought, but gotta be happy with that result regardless. So big shout out to both of those teams there for putting on one hell of a show.
Yeah, no, it was just good fun across the board. I mean, big plays. Saw ourselves an ace, defuse clutches, everything you could possibly ask. And just in the end, Griffith Uni managing to string more of those rounds together. They seem to just read into the stacks and plays that the defensive side there of University of Queensland just couldn't really muster. And that was their problem in the end. They just couldn't find rounds in a row. They had the 4 in the first half, but in that second half, unfortunately, the defensive side sporadic, and that was never going to get them over the line. So GU, that's their third win overall. They'll be pretty happy with that one. But Matt, that is our second map done, and we've still got 2 more great matches to come as well.
Ooh, that we do, Harry. We've got 2 more games on our way right on the other side of this break, everybody. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back before you know it. Welcome back, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here with the AEL University Elite Series. Matsy and Has Daddy Slim ready to take you into the next series. But before we jump into it, we want to say a big shout out to none other than our sponsors.
Absolutely, we do. Matthew, first, of course, is AGON by AOC. AGON by AOC is the #1 gaming monitor brand in the world. AGON by AOC provides the best in-class monitor solutions for gaming and all other needs.
Oh yeah, and a big shout out to HyperX and Officeworks. Power your game with the latest HyperX gear at Officeworks. Push performance to the limit with the latest in gaming tech. From high spec to precision gear, Officeworks has what you need. Oh yeah!
That they do. And finally, of course, our third sponsor, which is Indomie, our noodle partner, made with high-quality flour and selected ingredients and spices. A plate of Indomie mee goreng will certainly brighten up your day. Try any one of their flavours available today from your local grocer or at indomie.com.au.
My day is getting brighter by the second. Looking forward to my next plate of Indomie. Thank you very much for that, Harry. And thank you to all of our sponsors as well. You know them, you love them, and we appreciate them. But for now, everybody, we've got another series on our hands. Right on the way, it's going to be the absolute best. It's going to be none other than Matsy versus Has Daddy Slim. 1v1. We're playing it on the Icebox. It's going to be crazy. Knives out, guns blazing. But it's actually Monash versus RMIT Red there. Didn't want to get too ahead of ourselves. You know, I want to hype you up, but this series is going to be even better than what that chaos could have been.
Yes, perhaps that 1v1 happens someday, Matthew. But for now, of course, Monash up against RMIT Red. For Monash, it's Tried Woods, Evil Burger, Peaks, and Repex, #2. Or we could say II or 2. We'll go the Roman numerals side there. And in the meantime, RMIT Red, it's Uncle Jad, Epoch, Spectrum, Jack, and Sty.
Yes, it's going to be all players on a line here. We've seen some of them before, and we get to see them all over again. So I'm excited for some of the potential that's going to be coming in here. And you know what? We've got our map. We've got our vetoes. It's great to see different maps in every single series so far. And going to Split right now, that's just adding to the diverse tally there. I love it, Harry. Different maps every series. Please and thank you.
Yeah, now what more you can ask for? A bit of an alternative every time we've gone through here as we come to the selection screen for our third game of the evening. Last selection, agents, it went through in about 10 seconds, so we didn't get much of a chance to chat about what was actually happening there. This time around, Matthew, though, it seems we are going to slow down just a bit here as we get ourselves ready for this one. Does seem Try to Best is going to lock in the Rays. But everyone else still just looking like they want to pick their Monash, possibly leading towards I was thinking maybe, come on, you could do 3 duelists. It would be funny. Don't know how it would work out when it comes to the actual composition, but RMIT Red, they're ready to go. Their 5 are locked in.
Locked in and ready to go. Let's see how they will be able to blow things together here. Sage actually getting hovered. Don't see that agent every day anymore, but you know what? I'm hopeful it comes out there, you know. Always love to see a bit of Sage. Seen teams in the past who utilize the walls there to, I guess, shut down a bit of that middle-sided coverage. So why not? You know, if they can lock it in, why not? But we are going to be standing by for the remainder of our picks here. Here we go. They're locking them in. We should be A-okay.
It does seem like the last will most likely be Fade there for the Monash side, and that it is. So we've got our agents locked in. Our teams are just about ready to go. Matthew, our third game of the evening. We've had a 13-6, a 13-9 so far. We've had some, well, I'd say the second game especially. Close games, plenty of highlights, and I reckon we're going to get the exact same as we get our third match underway here. You'd imagine, of course, it is going to come down to some early on rounds to see how momentum swings. As most teams have been able to get themselves at least moving in the right direction from that. Monash will be starting on the defensive side, RMIT Red on the attack. So we'll get ourselves the preparation stage for this opening pistol round. Hopefully, it's as good as what we've seen so far tonight.
Oh, I think it's going to deliver, Harry. I think it's going to deliver in a huge way. Just you wait. It's going to be the most fantastic thing you've ever seen. The best thing on the other side, as now we take pride in the energy these teams are going to be displaying and getting it ready to spin to action. Barriers down, and away we go. So, Monash ready on the defenses here, and the wall's already gone up. So, going for the classic strategy there with Pixie.
Play around in heaven. Will be joined there as well. By Miracle.
Toxin screen down.
So numbers mostly playing out around towards this B site. You do have Epoch who's just by there, lonesome over towards main on that lurk. The wall had gone up as well, so that Viper one is done there. And they're getting the information, nothing else is close. So now Miracle up in towards this smoke here, finds two, perfectly done. Spectrum will be able to shut it down. But now 4v2, RMIT Red have got a lot of work to do and try their best, has done this perfectly. Hearing the plan, sees the other player, will stop this one, and they know where Uncle Jad's walking into. Pixie will shut it down, and Monash, a very perfectly done pistol round there.
Ooh, well done, well played onto that one. Looks like they're going to be playing for miracles there. And are certainly looking to take aim at more in a second. RMIT, so going to be stuck in a unfortunate place for now, but you know, there's ways to overcome this. There's ways to push it through. Tried our best. It does have the judge ready, and I'm eager to see if they are going to pass down judgment upon all players ready to push themselves over the ramp.
Oh, the boy's deep as well. Got a best gets in the second, and the damage on the third. It will be Pigs as well to find themselves a double Spectrum all of a sudden by their lonesome 17 HP. Shoulder out the open, I thought there for a second. Maybe they get a timing on a shot. They get two off. They don't hit. And Monash jump on that one. The Doolies and the Ghost delivering. And they're quickly out to that 2-0 lead. But RMIT Red, at the very least, Matthew, they will get their first buy up as they look to try and get themselves rolling here in this one. And, oh, well, once again, the judge is back out, so look out for some more close-quarter shenanigans there.
Ooh, looking for the best of both worlds onto this one. And RMIT now going to be happy to play into the bonus round here. Let's see if they can string something together with the Guardian, the Phantom, and the Vandals there. Ready to rumble. They're already looking to stumble past the walls there. Good shots over the top on this one, and ready to deliver where that came from. Paint shells coming out as well, and it will be Spectrum, the first one to fall.
Spectrum down, and already this opening first gun round here for RMIT Red, not going in the direction they were hoping. Forward on that one. I don't know if that was supposed to go in that exact position. I think trying to clear out more of the wall. Meantime, Jack with the flash, it's in a decent position. Oh, well, you've got to check your corners though. Trying their best, takes it. Sty responding though. Great double there on the Jet. Uncle Jad and Epoch in the meantime have found more, and all of a sudden Rapisky is all that remains. They haven't been cleared out yet. We'll get the first, second, almost the third, but Epoch comes through. Chaos of a round, but RMIT Red will take it.
Long last, they're on the board, and that's going to be exactly what they were hoping for here. Looking to further their pursuit as well, but now Monash, they've still got plenty of credits in their bank here, and are ready to make a withdrawal with all weapons that you could ever dream of on to this one. The Operator will be coming out for it from Evil Burger as well. Very curious at what they can do with that one. They take it slow and steady into the early one now, and RMIT are looking to set themselves up for success here.
Here.
It's time the wall changing positions, and oh, well, that still gone out. Actually cleared a couple there. Miracle goes forward as well on that one. Sty gets one back, but immediately traded. Spectrum on just the Sheriff, doesn't want to go any further forward on that one. And the numbers,
Going up.
a little bit split here. Epoch's going to start their way up towards ramp at A. So, should realistically get Heaven control. It depends whether they want to keep that presence in mid or wait for it to get in towards water. Problem is, Evil Burger now has such a great line in towards that main position, and just as Spectrum comes out, down they go. And while Heaven Control was there, Matt, not much else, unfortunately, here for RMIT Red.
Yeah, not much else going to be available to them here.
Poison orb
Epoch
emitted.
now
Last player
patiently
standing.
into this one,
30
and now
seconds
gets
left.
taken away. Now, Uncle Jad ready to try and push up the ropes here, but they might get caught out by Peaks there with immediate effect. No, going to be able to inject their presence nice and quickly, so at least they find one more before the round is over and out. Them and the Spike are not going to be
10
reunited.
seconds
Might be reunited with death as Evil Burger finds the angle and strangles it through. 3-1, they're on top.
Time of their life on that operator. First 3 kills of their game. And it will be Monash to get themselves up to 3 now. So RMIT Red, they managed to get their first round on the board from their full bite. Next round not working as well. And the buy for this one, it all over the shop. Styre's going to hero rifle on that Vandal. And Evil Burger's changed up their positioning, and they are walking straight into a double peak here. Whether or not they hit the shot remains to be seen. Utility forward, and Evil Burger reactions sky high. Styre's dropped. That was that one rifle as well that can be retrieved, and they're going to play close to this one as Evil Burger's going to get caught in trouble. Starts to fall away from it, but still saves it. And they might repeat this one on towards Jack. They do hit the shot. Peaks in the meantime out in mid, finds one. Could be more coming through. Yes, there are. Tried their best, flying on in with the shorty. And it's all Monash for this round. They're quickly out to a 4-1 lead.
Out the gates and ready for more. RMIT Red. What else do they have in a store here? Would be the Cosmic Divide that allows them to get a bit more establishment onto this one. The Bladestorm as well at the ready. Good to see more on the table as well. But I mean, Monash, they're ready to destabilize whatever RMIT are bringing towards them. So it's a bit of a tough part of the endeavor, isn't it? But we are going to be jumping in to the next round now. Everybody, Peaks already set up a bit of util as well. Here we go. Double down on the ults there for RMIT Red. They know they have to commit in a big way to this to shift that momentum.
Stay on. They will actually get this one onto a plant. Will go down. Jack has got one there on the runner back nicely. The presence is coming through the main side, and the showstopper from trying our best. Straight on the Spectrum. Jack will get the wall up. Gave away, just survives with the skin of their teeth. But their position relatively known. The nades will finish them off. Are they ready for the next one in main? No, they're not. And Epoch jumps on that because they're not aware. And now Evil Burger, they've found one, but 2 more required to clutch up a 1v3. Do have the blades. Vandal will be switched over to. So this one is far from over as they start to creep forward through this Astra smoke. One of their own. But they need to get onto the side. Now they shut down Stye. Diving forward. They'll look to try and tap, but there's too many angles to clear at this point, you feel. And this is a well-played one here from Jad. They start to walk forward. Even though Evil Burger's on it, they're not going to have the time, and everyone might just go down. They do, and RMIT Red will find their second.
We'll be able to find their second and maybe even more where that came from. They take it slow and steady onto this, and they got a couple more ults at their disposal as well. You know, the Seeker's at the ready, Viper's Pit, everything looking good here. Monash gonna have to consider their options coming forward. At least their economy's still a-okay. You know, they can still come into this one in a big way. Looks like their economy's slightly split. They are looking to play into the Bladestorm. Obviously, with the shorty out there, you would expect that to come with it. So, there you go. We are ready to spring to action. Let's see if they can gain some traction early on into the rounds here.
So up and towards Heaven. Make it 3 now waiting around this B site where majority of RMIT Red were waiting and possibly still could try this one, possibly into this B split. Epoch in the meantime, their presence over towards ramp is found. Evil Burger jumps forward on top of it. They'd put the utility down. They weren't expecting the Jet to go that aggressive. It does mean that this hit in towards B has to pick up the pace. Rapinski, though, has shut down the first. Jack, though, responding with 2, and Uncle Jad finds Miracle. And just like that, 3v2, Spike should be planted. The heals will come through as well. Pixon get themselves into a decent position just before it goes down here. And maybe the timing on Spectrum, they miss it though, and Jack responds with the third. They will be able to pop that Clove ultimate, and maybe if they find that damage as they push in through the other side, there's something doing, but the others are just running away from it. They get one, Jack with his fourth, but now Evil Burger trying to clutch this up in a 1v1 like last time. The pull in from Uncle Jad will stop the initial defuse. And just like last time, I just don't think there is time. Evil Burger, no idea, and Uncle Jad shuts it down. Not the cleanest, but Almighty Red, they just keep finding these rounds, Matt.
That they do. Gonna be happy with that. Evil Burger gonna be able to save the day. It's Uncle Jad to get it done this time. But RMIT, you know, they're on a hot pursuit to tying things up for a piece into this one. They may yet achieve their outcomes that they're hoping for here. To take it easy, slow, and steady into the early pursuit here. But they're gonna have to suit up and give it their best as the barriers are now going down. And we're gonna be bit of a split approach towards all sites so far. RMIT spotting for information, and it's a trade immediately.
Tried our best staying in that molly. We'll get one, but the trade out there. This time it's Sty playing over towards this main position by their Lonesome, and I was going to say timing. I'm not sure if people Burgle saw that. They do see that one though.
Joke's over. You're dead.
Wins that Jet fight. Jack's going to pop, run it back. They don't find anything off it, though. The flash is high on the peaks. They should be put down. Spectrum finds it, and the second as well. They keep getting these double-ups just when it seems Monash have themselves control of a round. As RMIT Red again, the B-side plant 3v2. Main position. They know now that Miracle's in there. So once again, Monash have to perform this retake a number down.
My world.
Viper's bit coming out as well here. We'll see if they can burn through this one. Miracle does that. Good start. A 1v2 situation now down to the Evil Burger. Will they be able to push into this? Taking it slow. Looking to creep forward. The angle might not be checked. No, it ain't. Epoch delivers the killing blow. And that's 4 apiece now for RMIT.
They have responded well after this one. Quickly got out to that 4-1. Everyone just starting to get going. Epoch leading the way with the 8 kills. Meantime, Evil Burger with 10. And the star of the show there for Monash is trying our best. Thanks to the team as well, just with enough. 6-5-5. They do have at least one ultimate in their favour. That is the revive on Rapinski. So
Toxins going up.
see if they get a chance to use this one. But again, the same sort of number play here. RMIT Red, they'll send the 3 in through mid. One playing main, one playing A. Make that none over at B. It's the shutdown there. I tried our best. Sty will respond on to at least one. Miracle there. Pretty close. They might be able to find something on a revive, and they do. But that is well out in the open. Try their best though. Swings off it perfectly. Pikes as well, and just like that, it's the Jet. Style by themselves will be run down. They might be able to find a couple, but they will get nothing, and Monash will retake the lead.
Yeah, retake the lead with great speed here. Going to be happy to get involved with that one again to head towards the tail end of the half here. And the economy for RMIT is in a terrible spot right now, so Monash going to be happy with that. I thought they can have a higher chance of success at taking away a 6th round in their favour, and maybe more, but it's all going to depend on how things play out. RMIT Red, ready. And now getting down to business, pushing over through the garage there. They've got multiple numbers over towards the B site here, keeping a couple in mid just to play for intel. They're already trying to rush their way through.
Oh, that didn't work out, and the fact that that slow comes in as well means that try their best can find the next. Rapinski will get Epoch. And it was already a pretty low buy here for Almighty Red going into this round. Haven't found any inroads. Pisky on that Sage has 3. And Sty, all that remains once again in a 1v4. Already being flanked through mid. They might not even see them though, as they'll get one shut off. Miracle shuts it down. And Monash are up to 6.
Up to 6, and now if they claim one more, we'll find a victory in this half. So, gonna have to do everything within their power to try and lock it in here. Otherwise, RMIT have the opportunity to turn the tides and potentially tie things up. So, let's see how they get down to it now as we prepare ourselves for battle once again. RMIT is settling up for a 3-2 split here. Couple towards A now, just waiting for information. The showstopper though, shutting them down. Big train to come out though.
Sty stays alive. Chaos over towards A main early on. And as it stands though, we'll leave it in the 4v4. Regrouping of RMIT Red goes in towards mid. Sty just gets that final kill across. But now Evil Burger has been a menace on this operator. Not this time around. Spectrum deletes them. And Rapisky can only find the 1. And now it's Jack left in a 1v1 to try and clutch this out. Has the run it back. Probably not going to use it in this clutch situation. But where do they go? Peaks, they're here early, but they've got so much to clear out.
Yeah, Jack one and the same, playing towards the dirt there. Not going to give themselves away, but Peaks there. Might just be able to go a whole different direction here. Maybe looking to play the mind games. This actually could work. If they play into this, might actually enable a flank here. Oh, sound heard. Jack in trouble. Now trying to flash their way out of this one. Play for time here. Oh, another one over the top. They're baiting out the defusal there. Getting to the bit. Oh, they aren't actually going to be phased here. There we go. We'll be able to bait them out. Pick out the run it back. Why not? Why not? For good measure. I respect it.
I mean, you could have used it until the last round, but that was incredibly well played from Jack there. I like what Peaks was doing, where they were going for that, like, flank back around, but they're going to be so short on time. They had the drop for half a second. They almost caught Jack. It was only on 20 HP. So the fact they come out with that 1v1 clutch is massive. And, full credits are RMIT Red. I mean, Monash, most of their rounds, they've won in pretty dominant fashion. But when it's come to the clutches, RMIT Red, they've been all over it. Keeping this one close. Timeout as the last round of the first half comes in. They've got the money. They're going to have 3 ultimates as well. So they are in a prime position here, Matthew, to have this at even 6 apiece.
Yeah, definitely going to be a solid position to even things up. You know, this is the outcome they were hoping for. They have a plethora of ultimates at their disposal. They pretty much can take solid control over any part of the map they choose. They just have to play off each other, really. So, see if they can manage to lock things down together onto this one, or whether they may just get overwhelmed. The time for the timeout is now over, and now it's time for the rest of the freeze time here to run its course. But RMIT, I'm sure they've had ample discussion. Monash having a bit themselves here. They'll be ready for this last round of the first half, and let's see who can take a claim over the warpath here, as the gates are now open.
Get out of my way!
Evil Burger plays around this close molly. Pops a fair bit of damage, so sacrifice of health. It'll pay off if they can hit this shot. Problem is they don't have any armor either, so this is a tough one to try and hold. I'll leave it for now with Sty trying to make their way up through mid. Jack's still holding this position. Pivotal way to start this one. Depends who goes forward first. Jad, meantime, going on the other end, and in the end, no one shoots anything. Evil Burger again pulled back in. Jack with the wall. Now they come through, and Evil Burger hits it. And you got to give our prayers to Mon, who's missed that because he held it for so long. Miracle in the meantime. Over towards A main, shuts this one down. 44 seconds, and RMIT Red, they're just going to be forced into this one.
forced into an uncomfortable situation, but they will find success through it. Miracle going down there. Find more over towards
30
screens
seconds
as well.
left.
Thanks. Ready, but their teammates not so much. Are going to be forced to try and
You
wait
want to
things
find
out
it.
here, regroup and reclaim. Cosmic Divide coming up. Evil Burger's already peeked through
Last
though.
player
The angle
standing.
no good, but it might
Spike
be better.
planted.
One shot's all they need. Are they going to be able to push past it? Utility in place, cleaning up the angles. This is getting worse and worse for Evil Burger here.
The issue they have is on this operator. These two players close together. You have to be instantaneous with a switch over here. That's not going to happen. Uncle Jad finds it, and RMIT Red, a 2v4 is converted. I spoke too soon saying that Monash seemed to have that round, and we are tied at 6 apiece as we enter the second half. RMIT Red. Well, I mean, the kills on the board, they don't look anything special. I mean, there's not a single player positive for them, but they will not care because the scoreboard reads 6 apiece.
6 apiece and all tied up here. Are going to be happy with that. See if they can manage. Push their way forward to success once again into the pistol here. It's equal footing. Everybody going to be gunning to get ahead of this one. As we get down to business all over again, it's over to A. Ready to play. Evil Burger. Action away. Uncle Jad already pads it up, locks it in, and looking for more around the corner.
Tried our best hearing Epoch leaving heaven there. Spike planted, but Uncle Jab with another. Epoch finds one and tried our best. All of a sudden needs to go huge here with Rapiski, and that is not going to happen. And the RMIT squad are going to take the lead here. 7-6 as they get the pistol. Monash at least get a spike plant, but from where this one was early on, 4-1 in favour of Monash, they just cannot find anything now.
Yeah, can't find anything at all into this one. Going to be in a bit of trouble here, and RMIT going to be eating good for the time being. Do have foundations laid in place to clear the path towards an 8th round here. You know, it's currently 6-7 on the scoreline. But Monash, they're ready to bring the clash to them through the garage right now, ready to barge straight in towards B. They have a couple defenders to worry about. Sty with the Outlaw, very problematic, but no, it's tried our best. We'll be able to best them. Jack doubling down though, so 2 for 2 on both sides, and Monash are not giving up.
Epoch, that's a big one. Snakebite as well, as they've got the spike in their sight now. Smoke. Main position. Now to fix this one up here for Monash, but for RMIT Red, they don't need to do anything crazy. Just hold your angles. Got the trades with this crossfire. Uncle Jad playing close with this charge. The moment he sees one here, there should be some damage done.
Covering it.
I'll be pushed away, but again, Jad in this position, and that's where the judge comes through. The double. And RMIT Red take the first 2 of the second half. Their bonus round up now. For Monash, full buy will come through. They just can't seem to get the rounds on the board though, Matthew.
Yeah, just really struggling to bring things together under this one. See if they can manage to capture something forward into the bonus round now. You know, if there's any time, and now is the best of times. And see how we go. As we jump in, guiding light around the back there, trying to stop them in their tracks. Doesn't matter. Satchel already popping them over the top here. They're ready to greet them face to face.
Bomb buddy out.
Our best. Drop down from that position at a 5v5. This is where that judge isn't as great in these longer positions. Evil Burger forward, just rips the head off Jack. Lovely shot. So RMIT. It's Red Squad. It's already a difficult round, and now it becomes even more difficult. So I'll find the one. Vandal picked up. I may as well go for it. They got the credits into the next as Pisky finds one there. Sty's just trying to do damage at this point. It will take away 2, but Evil Burger shuts it down. And Monash get a much needed round. So they try to work their way into their attacking half. 7 to 8.
7 to 8, don't be late, and it will be a great way to take ownership of the bonus round there for Monash. RMIT, though, they've got plenty of credits at their disposal. They're looking to use them accordingly here to see if they can match or exceed Monash all over again and further their own lead here. But Monash, they've got the makings of a comeback. They can tie things up 8 for 8 if everything goes according to plan here. But now, though, we are going to take it slow and steady into the initial phase here, pushing up towards A main, ready to scope out the ramp, the rafters. They've got one player to worry about around the back of A there, as well as into the heaven side of things of the tower. No one's revealing themselves yet.
Oh, there's the shorty up close, delivering on the Spectrum. They knew it was coming and could still do nothing about it. And Uncle Jad, well, the judge doesn't even fire a shot. Rapisky shuts that down. Yeah, most likely the round at that point. Players have come over, but Epoch should be put down. I say that, they get the first, almost the second. If they'd found that, all of a sudden it's a different ball game. Not quite though, and unfortunately that won't be good enough. Stipe is going to stick around here. I mean, you just have to hope you're given sort of 3 different angles. Doesn't happen. All left to Jack. He would love to save this Odin, but they are chasing him. Should maybe survive with that one as he'll stay in spawn. Monash, Matthew, they've evened us up 8 apiece here.
Yeah, well done, well played there. All tied up 8 for 8. And ready to skate their way ahead on towards more. At least Jack was able to tibulate out of that one. Keep themselves in the game here. Now looking to run it back in 2. Round ahead of us. They've got that ultimate in its exact form there to be put to use as well if they need it. So if things are getting a little bit too close for comfort there, they can just gather the information or even force Monash away. But Monash, they're ready to push towards not A, but B here. And I don't know if RMIT is going to be ready for this.
Oh, Sty is. Evil Burger dropped. Uncle Jad playing up close again. Pisky will get that revive. And Uncle Jad now in a bit of strife as he's trying to play up and close with the shotguns. Plenty of presence around this B site. Monash still want to try and go forward with this though. And they should have at least the first kill. Uncle Jad drops. Stein will kill Evil Burger for the second time. Tried our best. Showstopper out. Will shoot close. Doesn't find anything there. They almost get caught off by Epoch. Not as chaotic as it is. Monash will get themselves into the site. Plant this one down. And, well, trying our best. Not too clean there. Corner Molly will force peaks away. Flash goes forward. There's still a chance with this one. Odin, if it hits its shots and it can regroup for this, maybe there's something. A miracle. Rapisky. They get the rounds, Matt. Monash have retaken the lead. 3 on the trot here. And now it's RMIT ready to have a...
You're going to have to find a cure for that sooner rather than later, as Monash are on quite the momentum-based approach here. 3 in a row, and it seems like no one is able to stop their flow at the moment. But there's always a way to stop it right in the tracks there. See if this is going to be the turning point for RMIT here. To have the Plague Storm available and the Cosmic Divide, so certainly things that they can consider onto this. So speaking of the Plague Storm, as soon as it goes up, it is immediately deleted.
Poison's off.
Epoch off, losing that first player who's going to regress into mid. And they're getting some decent information now. I'm going to be a little late into this one, so they would love for Jack or also Uncle Jad to find, well, anything. Unfortunately, it's zip, zilch, nutter. And now just Spectrum and Epoch on that flank to try and deal with 5. And, well, Epoch's got 1. Tried our best now. They're 3rd in the round. Make it a 4th. The quad And Monash seem to have steadied this one up a bit here, Matt. 10 on the board, and the last 4 in a row as RMIT Red. Well, that was their buy in there. Sty will go for, well, it's looking like maybe an operator buy, or at least it's going to be maybe a Vandal, something close, but they are starting to run out of ideas here on the defensive end.
Yeah, dwindling by the second here. And the things are looking more and more rougher by the moment, but don't fret. There will be more to be told under this one. We take it as slow and steady. Only got 1 on the defense right now on the B side of things, so Monash might have a good time, but you can see the wrap around the back there through the defender spawn. They're already focused up and prepared to adapt if a big commitment comes their way. Speaking of, they found Sty going for it through spawn. Their information gathering is good, but it's at the cost of their life.
Yeah, unfortunately, they can't find any more in that information. And off that, Monash have started really just pushing this one all the way to the A site. And they've guessed correctly because no one is here. Plant will go down. RMIT Red will get their numbers over, but fortunately, doesn't look like much is going to be happening. And there is a flank coming from behind as well. So that could shut down quite a few. Miracle starts to come up. A Spectrum does find Evil Burger. And they actually get a flash close. Epoch gets one. Okay, Rapiski gone from as well. Rushing forward. In the end, it will be just Epoch left. Tried our best. They've got 3-7 in the last 2 rounds. And Monash, well, since that 8-6 scoreline, Matt, 5 on the trot. RMIT Red will get their buy back in here. They are running out of time to keep this one together.
Yeah, strugglesome approach on it to their defensive side here, and Monash just seem dialed in. They've got their number on this one. It's terrifying. See what else they might be looking to bring to the table here. As we get down to business all the same on this one. We're ready for whatever is going to be on the other side of this. Ready to see how they will be able to approach it forward. But somebody going out here trying to clear space on B. Ready with the showstopper. Boom! They get the kill and look for more around the bend.
Joke's over. You're dead.
I mean, what else is Spectrum supposed to do about that? Rotations have come through for it. Meantime, though, A site is completely lost. Stein, that operator. If they go through this wall here, maybe there's an opportunity because they are still coming up ramp late. That's actually gone as well. They get the kill beautifully on Numerical. So that will be bringing it into a 4v4 in the retake. But now Rapiski up close here. Sty has got another one. Oh, Rapiski turns and Epoch more than happy to come on board. And now all of a sudden it's just Evil Burger in a 1v4. Knives out. Can pick up that Phantom as well, but there's so many angles to find. They get the second, but Sty perfect on that operator. 3 big kills at RMIT Red. A much needed round to keep themselves in this one.
Yeah, much needed and much required, as it will be the chance to finally take a step in the right direction and steal away the momentum that Monash had built up there. So, no longer will Monash be able to continue in this direction, but one of the same. You got to be careful heading forward because Monash, they got some crucial utility at their disposal here. Even if they lose majority of their players, the Pixie's there ready to bring them right back.
Sty. Oh, I walked through with that operator. They actually get a kill off that. The fact they get that is beyond me. But a 4v4 just like that. As now things just settle after that initial fight. And this, though, is a perfect little piece to have. That Sage with the revive. Epoch will get one back. But in the meantime, another one have been lost. RMIT Red now 4v3. Numbers towards the B site. That's where it looks like the spike's going to be heading. So at least they have that in their favour, Matt. As it will be Jack on the site who's going to have to do some work here.
They're going to have to put in a few more hard yards onto this one. Paint shells going out, trying our best. Ready with the satchel there, flashed out. Good timing from Jack, doubling onto it, looking for more. Going to be shut down eventually though. 2v2 situation here. Evil Burger going to be burning their way through with a spike plant now. Bring the haunt out. Spectrum waiting patient. Patience doesn't pay off. The angle now exposed. Epoch goes down. It's all up to Spectrum now. One player with big dreams on that operator. Monash just need to play, angles need to play off each other. They can't afford to be giving any vulnerable positions away. I like Evil Burger's thoughts here. They're playing the dirt, playing that other angle of attack just in case they try and exploit it. But no one dares make any sudden movement. So, round is all but locked down here. RMIT gonna be forced to play for OT on this one, Harry, as Monash will lock down match point.
They will. Spectrum hoping to hold on to this operator. And they should be given this. Burger's coming in late. Oh, you just want to make sure you do. So they want to give that one to Stite. Eyes around it. They'll have a couple of the judges. Jack on the Phantom. I mean, he did his work on that B side. He found his two to make it a doable retake. Unfortunately, just could not get it done. They had a couple of shots and opportunities that didn't quite land, and now Monash, 3 opportunities to shut this down here and now. Our second 13-9 possibly of the evening. And Sty's going to be dealing with this one again. They might just walk through this smoke. The dash. It's a tough ask, and oh, I don't know if they even got a shot out in the end. They definitely got info about who's there, though.
Yeah, they've at least caught the vision, but to be able to step any further towards it. So take it easy, tried our best. Big paint shells there. Play off the angles here. Got awareness, one could be on the rope. Spectrum goes down, Jack. Although the whole damn team is going to be swallowed up by a storm of bullets there. Epoch, last player standing. And all they got is a judge to their name. Let's see if they can get at least one off this one. Oh, they pulled their knife out. They're ready with a judge. Oh no, the damage is just too great, but Epoch does go down eventually. So GG, well played onto that one, Harry, and what a game.
Yeah, no, fantastic, Gab. We've got to give credit to RMIT Red. When it came to those clutch rounds, I stated in the first half, they were able to lock in, but Monash, they just seemed to, once it was at that 8-6, once they got their bye into that second half, they, locked in on that defensive side. Oh, well, I should say on the attacking end. And, yeah, they were just able to basically get the run they were after. RMIT Red only getting one round after leading at the 8-6 point. They had their moments, but in the end, Monash just too strong.
Yeah, too strong. They're able to do exactly what they came here to do. And speaking of what we came here to do, we came here to set up yet another series. It's going to be on the other side of this break, everybody. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody, to AEL University Elite Series. That's it, us, Dunny Slim, are here for the final stretch, the final series. It's Swinburne taking on UTS.
That it is, Matthew. Good to see the passion hasn't left before we're getting this one done. Of course, Swinburne UTS. We'll start off with the Swinburne side of things. Charles, Chlorophyte, Tax, Booming, and Hale. And then for UTS, it is Deathblade, Goomba, Heady One, Osint, and Juice. I could say Josh, but you got to make sure the double O gets in there.
Yeah, we love Josh, don't we? Happy days, and going to be more where that came from as we are going to set things up onto this. But I'm excited for what these two teams can bring, and my prayers have been answered. Another unique map. Thank you so much, teams. We're going to Haven. You guys, thank you so much. We appreciate each and every single one of you.
That we do, Haven. Of course, we also get the 3 bomb sites to finish things off, so even more to throw up in the air there as we are getting ourselves ready with the Agent Select. Swinburne, they're not messing around, or at least 3 aren't. Charles, Booming, and Chlorophyte already locking in theirs there. Meantime, it looked like, well, Swinburne are just going to head and lock in everything. Their defensive setup is done. UTS, though, Matt, just taking their time. They don't want to rush things too much here.
Nah, they want to take their time and ponder on their options. They've got plenty of time to take, so why not? You know, they can afford it. It's going to be all right for now. But all in all, they will hover over a variety of different agents here. I thought we might even see Cypher come back. That would be fun. Not today, though. Killjoy going to be locked in on both sides. It's a mirrored matchup so far on the vast majority. So we have Phoenix and potentially the Sober locked in a second by Josh there. So, curious to see what they do with it all, and excited to see which team will rise and which team will fall.
Yes, final game of the evening. We have to live up to expectations. We've had 3 pretty decent best of ones so far. And hopefully this one will just cap things off, as Juice should be selecting into that Sober. So some of the same, some different across the board. As we do have the Jet, we've got a Killjoy, and we've got an Omen spread out between all 3 teams, and a couple of switches here and there. UTS, of course, they are starting on the attacking side. They are opting for the double duelist agents, Matt, which, of course, look, if they find the attacking rounds, they're going to be well set. If they don't, then there are going to be a couple of issues when it comes to the switch.
Yeah, going to be maybe more than a couple of issues even. See what they can maneuver. As we jump in to action now. We're going to get as set up and good to go. And ready. See exactly which sites they're going to be looking to attack here, as it's going to be split focus so far. You know, looking to establish a bit of presence outside of the mid section here. Can certainly split things up over towards B or C for that matter. But neither of those spike sites are going to be open for business as yet. You know, there's still plenty of time to have a discussion, focus up before the barriers will inevitably fall down, and the gates will be open right now. So let's get down to business and see who will find the opener.
Found them. Alarm.
Well, Tax, they are going to absolutely chop it all there. They try to get out early. They get caught, and the C site is open. And he will be dropped at least by Booming. Deathblade pushing forward off that one, and Goober does get Chlorophyte. Housestar the immediate trade back, and the Spike now down in the 3v3 as these teams try and get the first round on the board. UTS playing further back now, basically where the defender spawn is for a few of them. Booming's going to go forward with that Omen smoke there. Blind will go out as well, but he walks right into Deathblade, not expecting them to be that deep. And now it's just left to Housestar and Charles to try and clutch this up.
Teleport's ready.
Ready and waiting. It's going to be down to 2 for 2. Good opening. Trying to see if they slice through. Good bait on the defusal. It doesn't even matter. UTS, Karma collected, and will be able to take the round for their own. So, great way to zone their enemies out, and will lay claim to the initial victory.
Perfect start for UTS. And, well, I was going to say Tax is probably not going to be playing as deep this time around, you'd imagine. towards that seaside. That's where it all sort of started to fall away from them. But still, Swinburne managed to get themselves at least the opportunity for that retake. And now will just be a couple of sheriffs in this one here as we get ready to start the second round. So we are just going to a little bit of a pause. Seems one of the players is just figuring something out here.
Yeah.
Hopefully it shouldn't be too long here. Well, I was going to say we haven't had one tonight, which has been nice.
Well, don't get too ahead of yourself. You know, there's going to be at least one. We love to see it, but looks like things, you know, they're still contemplating. Maybe they should open a an exhibit of contemplating. Maybe that could be good. But for now, we're going to be heads front and center, focus forward and ready to draw things through here. I'm curious if Swinburne will be able to, I guess, find a way forward from here, you know, maybe match or exceed UTS, because there's always those opportunities with the pistols. Even if you don't have the best odds in your favor, you know, being off the back of that initial one there, there's always opportunities which they could find.
Well, most likely heading into that C site. Thanks for the early presence. That's where the numbers are. And Tax, this time around, they have the opportunity to fire off some shots. And him and Charles gets them Deathblade with a double back. With Booming coming on in, runs out of bullets. Deathblade gets the third. Absolute chaos towards C. Quickly trying to get out of there. They could either go for the plan or B or just make their way to A. It looks like it will be towards that A site. So Swinburne, it's going to be a long rotate here. But they've still got themselves maybe a chance, Matt. Long one at that, though.
Yeah, they're going to be going for a bit of a stroll, you know. They have to take the long way home, so to speak. I don't know if they're going to have the time to do it. Deathblade's already prepared for them, just waiting for the sound cue. Swing around the corner at the right timing could be great, or they push straight towards them, but that's not going to happen. Goomba might be the one to find the chance here, playing from heaven and ready to rain down hell upon them. Speaking of, the timing could be even better if they play off each other. There you go, locking in the first, and Goomba bursts ahead for two.
Beautifully done by Goomba. UTS, well, it was not clean, that's for sure, but it is around in the books. As they'll now go into their bonus here. Swinburne full buy will come through. Pretty happy with how that one went onto the C side, getting it into the 2v2 position. If Booming doesn't run out of bullets in that fight up against Deathblade, gets that kill, we're talking a completely different story, but as it stands, UTS, first two on the board. Can they convert their bonus and get themselves a nice lead here in our final game of the evening?
Here we go. Jumping into it. Trades left, right, and center. Working out for UTS right now. And ready to go. Tax is taking it slow. Looking to find an opportunity here. But now it's the focus to shift back over to the A side here. Dark cover up on heaven there. Glorified around the corner though. Could be good for this one. I'm ready for this, Harry. And here we go.
Oh, that blind from OSIT does it to Deathblade and not the opposition. Glorified didn't pop the utility just yet, and it works out beautifully in their favor. As now they've found the two, they'll play the distraction. Spike is down. Heady one does get Tax, who came on the roundabout, and Juice is on their own flank, gets that one. But are they ready for Booming in heaven? That's the question. Spike is still down towards main. Booming, does he blink? He can hold that position in heaven for now.
30 seconds left.
Juice is not going to get this information, and Booming should have him dead. There's no way he checks this, surely. Unless he's thinking he's coming on this longer thing. 20 seconds, so Spike should go down. Juice, oh, he's looking up to heaven. He's got no idea. Booming's going to see if anyone else comes forward. Doesn't happen.
One enemy remaining.
Now gets that kill and comes out perfectly onto Heady one. That is beautiful from Booming. Played it to perfection.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 are going to be able to put them on the board here. So 1-2 on the score line and ready to see if they can match up all over again. As we jump in to the next round, Analyze round number 4. Open the door and get ready for whatever is in store here. So we are going to take it slow and steady. The barriers are ready to open and our players not good to go. We're sticking it out for a second here, Harry. Just when you think we're cooking up, no. We're going to be slow cooking it. We're waiting a bit longer.
Yeah, well, we have to have one game just to extend things a little into the evening. Hopefully like that first pause. It isn't too long, but big round there for Swinburne. Because they desperately need to stop that bonus. You'd have to say their UTS wouldn't be too fast, considering now the full buy comes in. Armor's pretty good across the board. The 5 Vandals. You look towards the side of Swinburne. That's where things are in a bit more of a troublesome state. You've got the Guardians. And they've 2 of the rifles behind that. Outside, they were just on a Sheriff. And they're not really that close to finding the knives just yet. So UTS in a good position to immediately respond here. As we'll see whether they, again, they've pretty much all these rounds, they've started off with a lot of C presence. Haven't really touched towards B, and there was a bit of outside A last time. Swinburne actually got quite aggressive in their own right towards that one. Didn't work out early on, but they might be looking like they're going to try it again here, Matt.
Yeah, I think they might just try it again, Harry. I think they might be looking to get goals onto this one. Speaking of goals, though, still are going to be the goal reached now. The freeze time's over. Let the games begin. This will be a push. Ooh, over towards the C long side of things, and they have broken in. Paranoia going to be able to find a way back, though. Good for the trade-off there, looking for more over the top. Not going to be able to slot it in place, though. Osin in a bit of trouble. Spray and pray, and their prayers are unanswered.
That's the spike as well. Goomba is there for the retrieval. The Tax might just get the timing on this one, and they're not sure whether or not there's still 2 hanging around this side. They do get Heady 1 finding Tax, but Booming is there for the immediate trade onto Goomba.
I have the spike.
Juice will be able to retrieve that spike, and there's 60 seconds left on the clock, so they can rotate this one back over to the A side. Get on the run. Killjoy utility is down. You can see Howstar is going to slowly make their way up in towards heaven. They'll hear this. And are they going to attempt to shut it down or wait for the rotates to come in?
Oh, here we go.
30
Spike
seconds.
going to go down there.
Spike
Howstar yeah, to play into this one. They've still got player advantage from the shadows actually activated to gain a bit of a different angle on A long here. Booming. Spots them.
1 enemy
Trying to
remaining.
play onto the default there. We'll be able to trade it out. Jewish good for it. 1v2 now, though. Has to worry about a couple of spaces. And they will clear one out. One more to follow. It's Howstar breaking it through and ready for the defusal.
Oh, I thought for half a second Swinburne had fumbled that one. But Howstar clutches out the 1v1. I don't think Charles is going to be wanting to watch that one back, but they've got their second on the board. Both rounds have come down to their very last player. But as we saw with the Swinburne side, Matthew, it just doesn't matter sometimes how you do it. As long as you get those rounds on the board, stay in the game. As you can see off it, the buy once again for Swinburne's not great. However, it's a whole lot worse for the side of UTS. Sheriffs across the board. There is going to be that one hero rifle. And again, they're putting presence out towards this close mid-side, and maybe they might even just go for a B hit unless Heady 1 decides to just dash in with the knives. They hit the first, not the second. Tax gets that back, but they did lose another. But Tax, 2 big kills on C. Are they ready for Deathblade, though?
Are they ready? Maybe not. The blade a bit too strong and gets stronger by the second, sharp as lightning. And we're ready to see where they strike next. As Chlorophyte and Co. Take it slow, take it easy. Ooh, gonna pull it out there. Might have given them away. Yeah, Deathblade again. reacting soundly to that one, Housestar. The best to play into it, and they will succeed. Finally, a way back in.
And use the blades if they want as time continues to tick and smoke going forward. They've only got 45 HP though, so you imagine they're just going to save that for a cloudy or a rainy day. It usually is. Maybe try and find something on the way out, but OSEN is having none of it. UTS take it off what was basically, you'd have to call a pretty thrifty round. They had one rifle that did some damage, Heady one. The knives cleaning up a couple, or it was just one in the end. They almost found two, and a Goomba who, well, I should say Tax, who tried to keep things alive on that C site. They got caught reloading. From there, UTS managing to close out a 3v2. It is now round number 6. What have Swinburne got? Charles has got the ultimate. And he's going to have a go at this one here. The recon bolt, though, revealing his position. He's going to be forced away from that one. Well, he might go for the repeat, but there's going to be nothing there.
Yeah, nothing there this time. Oh my goodness. Where did those knives go, Harry?
Well, everywhere but the opposition, unfortunately, Matthew.
Yeah, you know what? I think they do well in the knife throwing competition there. You know, safety first. What? Exactly. We are going to be bursting into the next portion of this one, and ready to hold it firmly, waiting patiently, playing around the gaps there. Tour force at the ready as well, if required. They're ready to try and wire their way in here. Attacks playing around the corner there. OSINT ready, focused up. UTS still got numbers here. That could change in a second. Avoiding the paranoia is good for them, but it's going to be even better. UTS absolutely shredding their way in and ending it with a blast.
Yeah, could have used the, I mean, Tax had the ultimate, but better to say that one. Unfortunately, Charles didn't really get the opportunity to actually use his too much on that chamber. And UTS, now a good opportunity to start opening up a gap here. Swinburne the buy back in, but the credits are incredibly low, so they're going to be stuck in this situation. They lose this one all of a sudden. Probably going on to an eco. UTS get themselves up to 5, possibly 6, start to open up that little bit of a buffer.
Shadows traveling.
So, Swinburne with those 4 rifles, they'll definitely feel like they can absolutely be in this round, and Charles proving that early on. Juice tries to get, well, it's not even aggressive. He picks out. He's the one that gets aggressive down in Waterside. Gets that kill. But the seaside here for Goomba, they've snuck through just a little here. And, well, position now known. That's going to turn a lot of Swinburne's heads to look at this one.
Yeah, turning heads and looking to see if they can do more with it. Goomba, around the corner. Will be able to lock it in. Good trade from Booming, though. Still on the front, onto this one. And ready to have a swift approach again. Holding back. Glorify. Holding back. Holding steady. Goes around the corner there. Flash not going to be good enough. Deathblade going to be sliced out. OSINT. One a player. And no more.
Not ready yet.
Yeah, well played from Swinburne. Getting that one done. UTS, they just got a bit too split there. I mean, you got into the C site from Goomba, who actually got one as well. The problem was Deathblade had gotten over to the site, but then they were sort of split from there. OSINT was stuck in mid. Heady one was trying to make a flank out through A, which Charles dealt with. And in the end, not even a spike plant. So Swinburne, an all-important round there. They just keep their credits safe. They keep the map close, as most have been throughout the first half. So we had a 7-5, 6-6, another 6-6. Could be more heading that same direction here as Deathblade. They'll run it back straight in, looking to find something. I don't think he's getting anything, though.
Yeah, maybe not this time. Could be more fortunate later on into the piece here, but for now, it's all down to the 1-for-1 trade-off, and more from Deathblade. Not going to be able to get 2, so it's just trades all the way around. Call this round a market, if you will, with all the trades going on there. We are going to run it in with the lockdown. Maybe they're biding their time, though.
Yeah, this actually might not be a bad play, because if you're using this, you wait sort of the 10 seconds, It's going to force Swinburne to try and get into this one earlier. Yes, you're probably a sacrifice here if you're Goomba, but that's the thing. It makes the pace go forward. And again, you can just put this utility down. They have to be the ones to find these fights, but it's not happening. And they're searching for that Killjoy ultimate, the lockdown. They can't even destroy it. And Goomba will destroy them. A 3K in the round. UTS, 5th on the board. Solid play back into that A side after a bit of chaos at C. And they hold the retake flawlessly.
Yeah, hold firmly onto it there and going to be happy to take control of that one. So, very strategic approach, I got to say. You know, you talked about it before, just abiding their time with the lockdown, and it really forced Swinburne to play a bit more desperately into that one. So, well done on the composure coming through from UTS there. And you see how things go now into round number 9. Shots already coming out up front. Deathblade in a bit of trouble. Does get a bit of healing though, so they're going to be alright.
His utility. He'll have to use it himself though. Attacks. Position should be revealed. Bit of a spam through. Don't think they quite connected there as Deathblade. Oh, the timing here might be fantastic if they decide to go through this Omen smoke. They got halfway thought. Decide against it though. 2 players that were locked in to look in the C site, which is open, and which the plant will go down for. So that means it's a 5v5 with a retake. Deathblade, in the meantime, is playing his position behind. He gets one. Housestar drops him down. And now the 4v4.
And more to follow as the kills come over the top. Charles now on top for the triple threat there, leaving Jewish the last player standing. Perfect lineup, gets both in a clutch, and that's gonna be UTS taking away 6.
Oh, that's a big round there, Swinburne. That's just about broke them with the credits. And UTS, 4 of the last 5. And Jush, that is a game changer. As he locks in their 6th. That 1v2 clutch is now... I can see how it's affected the Swinburne squad. They've got some ultimates this round, but nothing that's really going to have that much effect you wouldn't have thought. So with just the upgraded pistols, they are going to put a lot of presence out through mid. Nothing doing so far. Goomba will be there, and Booming will shut them down. C goes on a bit earlier. Tax, though. Whoop. Probably not expecting them to be that quick. Anyone's just straight through. Fair enough. Housestar gets put down. Rushes back to site. Jush is planting. Charles is put down. Deathblade. They're all over this one, it seems. UTS. Couple of players low. The Swinburne just don't have the guns. They don't have the util. Heady one with another. Booming. Shouldn't be too far for this one. This Deathblade will get the kill. And UTS up to 7.
Wait until I blind them to strike.
You're going to be happy with that as we jump in to round number 11 now. Things are looking good for UTS at the moment, having a ton of momentum behind them and a ton of ultis as well. So, going to be happy with that. Let's see if Swinburne stop them in their tracks though. You know, I think a tour de force would be a worthy opportunist to play into this one. Charles, eyes on you. Let's see what they can do though as the round now begins, and UTS looking to run it over towards the A side of things here. Big commitment over long there, and now run it back to clear space.
Deathblade onto the side, completely blind, but the runner back could still find some work here somehow. In the end, nothing. Ocean comes forward. Charles will have shut that one down. Goomba, Housestar, Juice has got himself one.
Spike down.
With the shock dart.
Swarm grenade.
But when the dust settles, it's all just onto Goomba in a 1v3. As they contemplate what to do with this situation here. I mean, they've got time for it. Charles, hearing this, should be able to shut it down. And they will. In fact, it'll be Housestar and Swinburne. Much needed round. They've got 4.
Last round
Yes,
before the
spending a
switch.
little bit too much time in the think tank at the end there, but that's okay. Swinburne going to be happy to manage to seek around back into their favour here and stop the momentum right in its tracks. And so, good times ahead, you would think. Let's see. if they can keep it up all the same, though. Both teams got plenty of tools at their disposal. The lockdown is what I've got my eyes on, though. We saw it make a big difference into some of the prior rounds. Certainly could do more. Tour de Force coming out into the out drone, so they're trying to zone it in through C long now. See if they can get some extended focus playing into the Cloudburst there, heading up front. And to continue to play over the Cloudburst. VALORANT actually diving deep into it. Good opening kill there, looking for more. There's spilling blood all over the site. It's good night to UTS here. One last player standing. And they've taken complete control over the spike. The lockdown will relegate them out for an extended period here.
Yeah, and I think Swinburne well aware where Goomba is most likely at. Booming will be caught off guard a little, but Tax is there for the immediate trade. And Swinburne, well, our second 7-5 of the evening. We've gone 7-5, 6-6, 6-6, 7-5 for the first halves. So we switch on sides now. Swinburne head to their attack with a bit more to work with than they possibly could have. Well, been working against, considering the 9-3 was definitely on the board there, Matthew. But we are in a pretty nice spot for this one.
Yeah, pretty comfortable position, you'd think. Not going to be too shabby. Too shabby at all. And let's get ready. Stumble our way into this one, my man. As we ready to go. Barrier coming down, and Jush ready. Lock in with the recon dart here. Can get a ton of information at the early spot right now. Capture orb going to be picked up by Deathblade there, so already getting a few small pieces to work things through at the early phase. But it's going to be Swinburne right now. Need to garner a bit of information of their own here, trying to hone their talents over towards B as well as Garage there. And they've already found the opening kill.
It's going to pick up the pace. The flash deep's not bad though. Booming caught off guard. It's a fight that might happen over toward A. Meantime though, Hellstar's got heady one, and well, just like that, everyone falls. UTS, the defense gone in seconds, and Swinburne. Now 3 in a row. They take the pistol. And they are right back in this one.
Yeah, right back in action. Ready to go. Let's see. They will be able to string it all together now, Harry. As the round are going to be in favour of Swinburne here, but it can just as quickly be swept away in favour of UTS. They do have a little bit of potential, you know, there's a slight commitment to this one, and it's going to be shut straight down, so poor Deathblade not going to be able to play off that one. Their teammate at least will be able to pick up the slack there, but might get smacked out of it as well. They're in a bit of trouble. Eddie, ready with the Marshal. It's focus over, still outside of the A side of things, and they will find another kill.
So sent. Who spots who first? Well, we don't quite find... Well, we saw Osen. He does get that kill in the end. Hellstar, meanwhile, on to Juice. UTS. Just the 2 players remaining. And now it is just the Lonesome Warrior as Oset will go down. And we are tied. 7 apiece. UTS that opened up a 4-round buffer. And Matt, just like that, it's gone in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, gone in a flash there, and the clash now evens up. A 7 for 7. And now it's time for the bonus round here. Which team will be able to claim it? All will be decided. Heading forth into this one. UTS, though, they've got a bit of a smoother path of operation here. You know, they've got Sheriff online, a plethora of primaries onto this, and maybe more to follow. Could fall back there for Charles. Otherwise, they could have been in an uncomfortable position. But speaking of, it's Goomba to place a Booming in one of those.
That's a nice kill there, considering doesn't quite have the weapon. Juice up forward as well. Up at A. And finding the kills. You'll get 2. Glorified finally comes through.
Last player
This round. Basically done and dusted unless Hellstar can hit some insane shots. They do find the first on the Goomba. There might be just an opportunity depending if they give them angles. Okay, 55 seconds. You got to be careful here if you UTS. This one is not quite done yet. Hellstar can isolate these. There is a chance here.
Big chance ahead of them to advance a fourth. Now going to take it slow, take it easy. Hellstar ready and waiting in spawn here. UTS very aggressive, push up and Eddie gets it done. So blowing it up like confetti there in the lead. Going to be very happy with that, winning out the bonus round. But now Swinburne are going to be looking to match them. We've got Vandals for days here, and they're ready to play into this one as much as is required. Let's see exactly what they came here to do, exactly what they can achieve, as the time is now.
First gun round of this second half, and it's a big one.
Scanning ahead.
Yes. Looking to try and put two in a row here on their defensive side. Goosh is going to peek that. The shoulder comes out. Charles is going to come away from that one. Oh, Deathblade! Forward the Guardian! The A-push stopped before it even begins! Tax will find one, and maybe a second as Heady One gets aggressive. But surely they can't host it, though. They're out in the open wall. Hello! A 4K, and Choosh is late on the timing. This is doable. Surely Deathblade's work is not in vain here.
Surely not. They put in so many hard yards, and if it was discarded just like this, it would be absolutely devastating. As they are going to hold a position. Goomba and Go waiting patiently for wherever Swinburne could be taking it, but I like Goomba's awareness. They're already looking to adapt to their position here, playing closely towards the garage just in case they need to move. There you go, turret coming up. Spike eventually going down as well. Yeah, Goomba knows. Goomba knows where they need to go. The time is clear. Oh, they will spot them and take it down. That could have been absolutely nasty, Harry. That got me worried. But the story comes to a good ending for UTS.
Oh, that would have been some sort of clutch up. But all credit to Tax there for making it something. But Deathblade, man, oh man, was that utter destruction up at A. 4 with the Guardian as well, and I'd watched them when they were doing the buys. He was short. They shuffled things around so we could at least get that Guardian in hand. And boy, does it pay dividends. There's now Swinburne. Eyes still there, of course. They don't want UTS getting that lead back out to anything that's going to be trouble, because credit's not especially high here, Matt. So this is a pivotal round again for both teams.
Yeah, critical times, and ready to see them reach overall heights here. As Josh does open up the account there, so good start for UTS once again. Tax trying to see if they can tax them, but will be forced back onto this one. Deathblade ready. Good timing on that jiggle peek. They're going to be happy with that. Eating good. 2 kills in the round for their team. Now looking to get more, but they're running it up. AC Long, good for the Nano Swarm. He's forcing out the dash there. Goomba spots them, drops them down, traded out. It's still favoring UTS here. What in the world was going on there, Harry?
Chaos, I think, trying to switch between weapons, get the spike. The 2 players of Swinburne, the last 2 remaining. I think it was Charles and Booming. They just got all caught on each other, and pretty disastrous round there for Swinburne. Deathblade, well, going off last round, he only found 1 in that one. But he looks absolutely locked in, as does all of UTS right now. They get themselves out to that 3-round buffer, and they've broken the buys here of Swinburne. So they'll try what they might with some, well, Sheriffs, and Booming has delivered an early one. And Charles, depending on the timing, possibly good for one here as well.
The perfect timing. They just have to exercise their patience again. I like how Deathblade is playing the close angle here. I mean, it works out if their opponents push into it, but high stakes, high reward in that regard. And there you go. They get a little bit overzealous there and will be punished accordingly. So, great outcome for Swinburne here. And they now have much more freedom of movement to go pretty much wherever they please here.
And that's a rifle picked up as well, so more to work with. Juice needs to hit their shots. The first there, but Chlorophyte immediately jumping on them. And what a round here for Swinburne. They came into this with just the Sheriffs. Charles had popped the ultimate, and now Holstar is going to throw theirs as well as Tax puts it down. And that's one of the better thrifties you see. They lose just the one player, and UTS miss a massive opportunity to push themselves closer to 13. They'll buy back in. They will feel like they've missed a massive chance there, Matt, because the Sheriffs shut it all down.
Shut it all down and go in with a bang. Let's see if they are going to be able to take aim at this clash here. So we open up the round and hit the ground running. John Dart coming out. Charles going to be spotted there, and Hetty the first to fall. So they're going to have to adapt their defenses, UTS, onto this one. They do have the operator they can play with, but they don't want to lose that if they can help it. Speaking of, Dax and Co. exercising their patience, one and the same. It could take aim towards the B side of things, even a C. But it's a more distractive role Tax is playing while they are trying to set it up on A. They've already lost one member, though. Good from Deathblade. They're looking for more. Oh, there's the timing. Well done on the trade.
Goomba finds this kill. It almost secures the round, you feel, but Tax walks out and finds that kill on 07 mid. So now 3v3, but oh, they're not going to be ready for this one. Waiting close. Juice waiting, gets that kill. Chlorophyte just a 4 HP, so that is going to be a problem. They know where at least one player is. 2v2, Goomba, oh, thinking that the plant was going down, distraction played, and now the rotator's on to C. Juice is on the run. I wouldn't think the spike is going to be planned in his direction. They'll play it safe, unless they try and go open. Oh, they've gone open. Oh, no. Oh, Juice gets the lineup! Swinburne! Thinking they want to go and play towards long and not thinking that Juice was already on his bike. And UTS get the round straight from Swinburne's grasp. That one's going to hurt.
Yeah, that one is going to sting in a big way there. UTS now on the edge of a match point here. Swinburne desperately need to stop them. They need to commit whatever they can to this one. I mean, they're losing out here. Be over and out just like that. And, the Blade Storm are going to be committed already. So UTS is serious about this one. They know what's at stake here. They're already prepared. Josh has found Halfstar, and Swinburne are looking to try and stop them as well. The trades over the top is exactly what they need, Harry. And there could be more, but as the smoke spiked down, they're in a bit of trouble here. And more to follow. Nobody can fight Josh. Nobody can fight UTS.
Juice is the star and Tax is all that remains all of a sudden. Deathblade will be shut down. There's still time. But they need to get fights. 1v1. It's happening again. Surely not. OSET makes sure of it. Not this time around. Tax will be put away in UTS for map and match points. Swinburne, the buy will be straight back in. Oh, but they will have to be kicking themselves about what happened 2 rounds ago, as they need to run 4 on the trot here just to force overtime if they wish to stay in this one. And UTS, on the other hand, 4 opportunities to shut down what has been an entertaining into this evening.
It certainly has, and it's going to be lockdown initiated in the early phase here from UTS. Interesting to see that one, but they're playing very aggressively into it. Trade coming out from Tax, though, on a twofold. And looking for more. They have spike control. This is big. have now got a opposing lockdown, but it doesn't even matter. Pax is out of here. Everybody's crumbling. Hellstar trying to lock it in. The lockdown runs its course. Somehow, Hellstar is surviving this. Cloudburst over the top, but they don't spot it. Goomba gets it done. GG, well played.
Man, I feel like every round of that second half, and most, even the ones in the first, it was just entertainment throughout, clutches everywhere. And UTS just do more of it more often, and fair play to them, they take it. And look, if you're Swinburne, that one does hurt. I mean, they definitely didn't lose any fans with that performance there. I had a lot of fun casting that, Matthew. I'm sure you did as well. I hope the viewers had a lot of fun as well. But that is our final series of the night, and, well, it's been an entertaining one.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. You know, it's been amazing to have you on board as well here, Harry. Always doing great work alongside you. So, pleasure to have you alongside us for the ride there, and excited for more journeys and adventures ahead in our casting adventures. But speaking of adventures, you know, our teams have had quite the adventure today. They've managed to really cement themselves into quite competitive bouts. And as you can see, here's today's results.
Yes, of course. We have all of our results from off stream as well. University of Melbourne 13-6 over RMIT Red. University of New South Wales 13-6 over Queensland University of Technology. Monash A, of course, who we saw on the stream, 31 over MQU. Scarlet earlier on. And Deakin, they beat out Adelaide Uni. That was our first game of the day, of course, 13-6.
Yeah, great start to our results there. Very excited for what else is on the other side of this one. But, you know, we had a pretty solid beginning, I'd say. And the beginning was where it all started off. And where we ended up was a whole different thing entirely. But speaking of entirely, Harry, it's entirely amazing that all the different maps got picked out. And I'm hopeful that we get a whole new roster of maps heading into future weeks of competition as well. But speaking of, we do have our next set of results here.
We do. RMIT Black 13-9 over Macquarie Uni Onyx. UTS 13-6 over the Monash LSL squad. 13-6 for Swinburne over University of Sydney. And of course our streamed game, which was Griffith Uni 13-9 over University of Queensland. I mean, all of those games there, close ones across the board. Haven't seen an overtime pop up just yet. And I think that was the good thing about this evening. No games went to overtime, but they would push the distance, basically. It felt like what we got. We didn't really need overtime. Like, we were done. We were satisfied with what we got.
Yes, I think it was a well-rounded out series there. No OT required this time. We have seen OT in previous endeavors, though. You know, it's not an impossibility. There has been an OT. We won't get it again, but what we will get is our next set of results here.
We are University of New South Wales, 13-10 over Macquarie Scarlet. Monash A, 13-9 over RMIT Red. That was our third streamed game of the evening. University of Melbourne, 13-5 over Adelaide Uni. And then Deakin, 13-8 over Queensland University of Technology. Their second win there. They've had a pretty decent evening overall, it seems, Deakin.
Yeah, and speaking of decent evenings, there's still more to follow here with UTS shutting down Swinburne there, 13-8. Obviously, we've got a few games still live onto this one. USED are going to be on top of their series currently against Macquarie Onyx. RMIT Black one in the same 9-4 currently against Griffith. And going to be UQ on top of their series there for now, 7-5 against Monash LSL. But for now, we're going to take a look at the standings, everybody, and see how things have transformed.
Yes, we will. Over in the side of Group A, it is University of New South Wales. Still undefeated at this time. 6 wins on the board. Monash A, University of Melbourne, not too far behind with 5 wins apiece there. And then we start to fall down a little from that side. Deakin in that 4th spot with 3. RMIT Red and Macquarie Scarlet not too far behind with 2. And then Queensland University of Technology have their 1 win. And unfortunately for Adelaide Uni, they still are stranded on the bottom of Group A, yet to register a win there.
Yeah, but at least that's a Group A done and dusted. There's more fun on the other side in Group B here. RMIT Black going to be on a top. Obviously, bear in mind, everybody, there are still some series live, so the results will change, or the standings will change after the conclusion of those ones. Stay tuned on social medias for that one to be posted out later. But now, though, RMIT Black on top, Macquarie, Onyx are close behind there, and UTS and Swinburne are 3rd and 4th place respectively. Only rounds the difference, with Griffith right behind them there in 5th. UQ taking away 6th place there, pretty close. Monash LSL going to be in 7th, and USID in 8th for now.
That it is. Group B, a little bit closer in the groupings around there. RMIT Black and Macquarie Onyx seem to be the ones that have at least separated themselves for the rest of the pack. Yeah, they're top 3 over in Group A, which is a bit more spread, but good close competition across the board. Teams showing that on their day they can absolutely put up a decent fight and get their wins. As we are progressing through this season, Matthew, we're now getting the understanding of where most teams are sitting and laying as we get closer and closer, of course, towards that playoffs. But that's where we like to see things at the moment.
Yeah, definitely excited for things to go forward from here. Excited for happy times ahead. Speaking of happy times, we got to speak about our happy sponsors.
That we do, of course. We start off with AGON by AOC. AGON by AOC is the #1 gaming monitor brand in the world. AGON by AOC provides the best in-class monitor solutions for gaming and all other needs.
That's it. Big shout out to HyperX and Officeworks. Power your game with the latest HyperX gear at Officeworks. When you need speed, control, and zero distractions, Officeworks has got the tech to sell gaming gear made to handle serious play.
And of course, our final sponsor of the evening is Indomie, the noodle partner, made with high-quality flour and selected ingredients and spices. A plate of Indomie mee goreng will certainly brighten up your day. I know it does mine, and also Matthew's. Try any one of the flavours available today from your local grocer or at indomie.com.au.
That's it. Make sure you check them out, everybody. Big shout out to them and theirs, and a big shout out to AEL. If you enjoyed all the games today, make sure you check out some of the highlights across our social medias. AU Esports League on X, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, you name it. We are on it. Make sure you check it out. There's going to be amazing plays posted on there from our various competitions there. Make sure you suss it out. But for now, everybody, we are going to be happy to have a wonderful day. And I'm excited to see how things play out into the future of this one. Make sure you stay tuned on our socials for our updating standings as well. Just want to reiterate that. We will have the updated ones posted out later. But for now, everybody, that's going to be me. That's going to be Harry. Bidding you adieu, farewell, and have a wonderful night.